And cow! It looks like we're live.
We're live! We're live again. I can't believe it, Artie. It's another episode of Artie and Fist. We have been thrown out yet again from our vault underneath an unnamed mountain. I'm trying to find out which mountain it is, by the way. Artie, they're making it very, very difficult. Welcome back.
Making it really difficult for yourself by keeping up this gimmick, but go ahead.
It's a gimmick. It's a gimmick. Artie and Fist. Artie and Fist. After all this, the centrists will be pissed.
Oh yeah.
We need some like music or something. I don't know. How you doing on this delightful evening, Artie?
I think watching you eat your balls every time in place of a song is more than adequate.
Well, that's how we do it here. You know what I mean, right? Like, you know, we're fast, we're loose, right? We play it close to the edge, right? You know, like this is improv.
Yeah, I mean, do you have any sort of background in improv at all? Do you ever take any improv classes or anything?
No.
Ever go to like improv shows or anything?
No, never.
Wow,
No.
that's wild. I dabbled in. I mean, I was a liberal in Massachusetts, so of course I had to dabble in improv. You know, I wasn't good. Turns out the ideas that I had in my head should have a filter. I have some very embarrassing class stories that I'll divulge one day.
So I have some updates. You know, since we didn't get a chance to talk before the show, Artie, I guess I should fill you in with what's going on. So I finished my gay porno odyssey. But it turns out, right, like Avi Lieberman, you know Avi, right, came back and he's like, apparently doing all those porno films did not in fact pay back that debt that I accidentally accrued by not paying the penalty fee on my cryogenic freezer. So we have been offered a new deal, right? Apparently, all we have to do is basically become woke centrists. Now, look, I said to Avi, look, right, like, you know, I've got a bit of the problem with this. And he's like, look, the money's great, right? 7,000 shekels per post. And I'm like, but Avi, you know, I have principles. So apparently there's a way to get around that. He said that he'll fly us both to Jerusalem, and all we've got to do is go up to that like weird wall. Apparently, that will basically erase all of your ethics and principles.
Oh,
and then
what is in that wall? What is in that wall? It's like the Men in Black pen.
I tried asking Avi, and he said it's a secret, bro. Right? Like he can't tell us. You know, it's a national security.
Okay,
like
well, I have one question because I haven't talked to Avi yet. Do I have to put on the wacky little hat?
Yes. Yes, you do.
Really?
And they have to photograph you with the wacky hat with your tongue jammed into a crevice.
Is that
very important that you get in there and you really give that crevice a good tonguing?
Is that before or after they forced me to have sex with a minor on film at gunpoint with the gun just off camera? I want to know the sequence of things. I like to be on a schedule when I do these things.
Look, we'll talk about those details later, right?
Okay.
Look, the important point, okay, is like all we have to do.
Yeah, we're getting bogged down in the details right now.
Look, mate, all we have to do is give up all of our principles, sell out all of our friends, right? Do a complete 180 and just like support a synthetic ideology, and we will be showered with shekels, mate. Like, come on, right? Like, you know, and Avi has promised me absolutely, like, you know, cross his, well, not a cross, obviously, right? But he swore upon his funny little hat that this time this will in fact pay off.
Yeah, this time. He's telling the truth this time. Now, as silly as you're being right now, isn't that just how like the Democrats keep duping their constituents? This time it'll be different, everybody. We'll do democracy correctly this time.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, that's being very uncharitable, Artie, right? Like, honestly, how was, you know, look, I was obviously supposed to comb through all of my emails for that like tiny thing in like, you know, 0.05 point type that like expressly said, right, 3 pages deep into this agreement that I signed without really looking at it, that if I missed this tiny payment.
Hold on. hold on a second. I read what you read, okay? And in big bold letters, it said 20 gay porn films for News Fist. And one single film with RD in address. Now, nobody knows what film this is because I concealed my identity. But
it's
there's parts that you weren't aware of. We can both agree on that.
Basic
there
Instinct,
was a really important part that I'm pretty sure you were aware of, is all I'm saying.
It's a reshoot of Basic Instinct. Chat. Artie looks radiant. You would honestly think it was Sharon Stone.
Yeah,
the way he's
honestly, my dick is the same exact size as Sharon Stone's pussy.
The question, Artie, right, is since you had to undergo all that plastic surgery before you did the shoot, are you going to be able to afford to have it reversed, right? I mean, like, obviously, this is why you don't go on camera. You now basically look like Sharon Stone. And I mean, look, it's fine. I mean, I get it. But have you?
Well, no. I mean, it's a lot of effort, and like it's just way easier looking like 1992 Sharon Stone is very easy. Sharon Stone now would be a lot more rough. So I just have an OnlyFans, and instead of showing pussy pics, I just do like a close up of like my elbow. I can't help.
It's only elbows.
Yeah. I can't even tell. Horny men are stupid. Okay.
We've already got some super chats from
Christ.
the fellas. Oh, look at all the fellas in the chat. We have the best fellas. My God, I'm so proud of this community. Like, no, seriously, we love you all. Uncle War Crimes for $4.99 US Federal Reserve dollars. Hey all, I just got accepted. I just wanted to announce that I got accepted into the Navy this week. I'm going to be a flight officer. Training begins in February. Wish me luck. Good luck.
Oh, we got a fella on the inside. We're gonna have a fella on the inside. That's good to know.
May your flight, may your ground crew not be DEI hires.
Also, Trump is in office, so fag bashing is now legal again in the military. So keep that in mind.
I mean, you don't want to, sort of like get into the F-15. You get like launched off the front of the aircraft carrier. Like the ground crew is like,
of the craps in there.
Shit, fuel had to go into tank. Damn. Congratulations, Uncle War Crimes. Who else we got?
And he upgraded to a hard R feller. Oh, there's plenty of content in there. I just dropped like an hour and 13-minute video for the hard R fellers.
And we've got Kalev Knight for €249 dollars. Case in point, here's the first Schmeckles. Thank you very much, Schmeckles. I appreciate that. TM Bailey for $10. Why do so many creatives tune out nowadays? Matt Wilson, Danebo, Gooseworks, Exploshi, a quarter of the channel, awesome guys, the Wachowskis, others I don't know about what the hell is going on. I don't know who most of those people are, but with the Wachowskis,
oh my God, and they retroactively were like, it's been trans the whole time. It's like, okay, well, why weren't you trans then? Like, it really turns your brain to mush. Really, since COVID is when the Troon boom happened.
Yeah. I mean, the Wachowskis got into the BDSM scene and then got sort of under the spell of this particular dominatrix, and then they both sort of like trooned out. I got a theory on that there's sort of like a MK Ultra adjacent sort of component to these sort of like weird sexual practices, but I can't say for sure. Let's see, is that all the super? Yeah, that's wait, we got more super chats. We have from Theodicy Ninja for $5 US. You must pledge your eternal allegiance and subservience to the Holy Moorish Empire. Long live the chosen people. Thank you very much.
Long live the chosen people, YouTube. Long live the chosen people, because we're going to be talking about the chosen people a lot today.
Our love for the nation of Israel is wide as a river and deep as the ocean. From Big Time. How you doing, Big Time? Look at him rocking in.
Big Time in it.
Dragging his big time behind him like a sack of potatoes. $5. If I had but one pew pew and was faced with an enemy and a traitor, I would let the traitor have it. Evening hard ass. Well, good evening to you too, Big Time. And Christos has upgraded to the hard R, mate.
Incredible.
Hard R's going around, man.
There's a lot of content. I give you guys a lot of content. I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste your money. So I very much appreciate it. And on the back end, we are working feverishly to upgrade the stream with bells and whistles. But it's a horrific pain in the ass. But we're getting there.
Yes.
It's not fun.
It's not fun.
And by we, I mean Fist has to do it.
That's right. Thank you for the royal we. Wait. Shall we do a shout out for the hard R fellas?
You gotta get scooting, dude.
Okay. You wanna
wait, hang on. Well, no, if you can read that because it's fuzzy on my end.
Okay, roll call for the hard R fellas. Hard R's represent Nick Nissen, the new GM, Blaze Holderman, Master Shake, Misakan, Darkan, Soul on the Lich, Hurt Chain, Ardent Party, Lego My Ahagaho, Toaster Enthusiast, Fodabet, Jacob Cantrell. Hey, Jacob. Something Arabic I can't pronounce. Total Blackout Painting. Good dude. Mothman Cult Leader, Judy Stroyer, Valavinge, Big Doinks, Mike Williams, Herr Doctor, Your Mum's Legs, and big time, of course, Death Takes, Quizats Chatterack, Doomed to Coom, Mead of Odin, Jephistopheles, Dirk Diggles, the Agile Walrus, the Base Crusader 76, Lord Zero, and Jake. Oh no, and Uncle Javi and Big Nick.
OG Digger. Uncle Javi and Big Nicky Diggy.
I believe Big Nick was the original hard R,
like
mate. He's rocking it.
He's on board. Did you notice anything strange about Judy's name?
Judy Stroyer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, of the Connecticut Stroyers, right? That's an old family, right? Am I missing something?
Dude, of the Connecticut is quickly becoming an inside joke.
Yeah. You know, part of the, you know, Bob Stroyer and, you know, his whole clan. Well, you never heard of the Stroyers? Chat. 2 Canadian loonies from Hurt Chain. I saw a guy at my gym who looked exactly like Artie. He's just been wearing an icon on his face.
I don't know if this guy really knows what I look like or not, but I could actually show you. Here, let me show you exactly what I look like. I'll do it right now. And one day you'll see my face and you'll go, wow, you're right. All right. Now, I am not kidding. This is what God gave me.
You sending this to me on Telegram, or are you just gonna like magic this up?
No, I'm not drawing it or anything. Okay. This is 100% what I look like.
Oh my god, I can't.
So
Artie is about to face dox himself, bros. Are you ready? Are you ready for the face reveal?
I've been to people's houses, and then they like, this is back in the day. They were gonna play Wii. I'm like, hold on. Let me make my character first. Like, no, dude, we want to play. I'm like, hold on, I'll be quick. And I just used the default Wii character. And,
are you ready? Are you ready, chat? Look, check this for the first time. Artie face doxing. Oh, and there it is. Oh my god, you look a little nondescript there.
100% exactly what I look like. I'm not even exaggerating. One of these days you'll see, but that's it. So the guy either looked like that or like something or like something my 14-year-old niece drew, which is who drew my avatar.
Right. Shall we get on with it?
Let's
but before we do, before we dig in,
what do we call this person?
Entrails, right?
What is this person's name? What do we call them?
We call him Sniper Anon because I've got no idea. What is? Wait, hang on. I should. Wait, hang on. I should at least show everyone his Twitter handle because you know he has
out the hits.
All this stuff together. Hang on a second. Here we go. Right.
He pumps out the hits. He sends them directly to James Lindsay, and they are criminally underliked and underviewed. Criminal
Sniper Anon, with the impossible to pronounce name, right? Look, you know, he takes his OPSEC very, very seriously, right? He hides in the bowels of Twitter, chucking, just chucking like, stuff at the Lindsay-ites. And we've been featuring some of his stuff on the channel, these like little things that he's done with AI. Well, he stuck them all together into one 3-minute extravaganza. So we're going to watch it because it's fucking cool. And there's a couple in here that I haven't seen. So enjoy, bros.
James thinks everyone's a Nazi when they disagree. He's swinging at the shadows only he can see. Friends just want to drink a beer. They're not sure what he's about, but it's a night out.
Well, that's that.
You did your part. Here, a little silver for your troubles.
Thanks.
Spend it wisely, my boy.
All right, let's see. Oh, no, they're all...
Hey, sorry to interrupt. I have really strong hands. I do massage therapy and martial arts.
Oh, yeah.
Want to see a move?
Absolutely.
Okay, here goes.
Oh, gosh, he's actually twirling. I can't watch this. This is so awkward. He's committed, though. Stop, I'm crying. Someone get him off the stage.
Yeah, the woke right is totally socio-Gnostic. I could try to explain, but it's better to just think of it as dumb magic.
Wow, tell me more about how great Israel is.
See, woke is Gnostic because it's about a small elite using hidden knowledge to alchemically transmute the world.
That sounds a lot more like Kabbalah. You know, I think I better go home.
Okay, guess that's that. 317, great.
Still clinging to your metaphors, refusing the truth.
I can't believe in what I can't see.
Oh no.
James thinks everyone's a Nazi when they disagree. He's swinging at the shadows only he can see.
See, the woke right is just after power the same as the woke left.
I think your materialist bias is causing you to project, and this just sounds like a new word for anti-Semitism.
We've finally defeated the woke right. You've done well, my boy. Take your rightful place.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Ah, perfect.
Wow, 30 pieces? I wonder how many more times I can do this. Ugh, never again is now.
Lady, this is the beast I warned of. Stay back. I will protect you.
Oh, wow, brave knight, huh? Nice flag drawers.
It's part of the uniform.
of total dorks, mate.
I think we should take this to the next level.
Okay.
Isn't there someone you forgot to ask?
Christ is king! Yeah! Hey, wait! Hold his legs! Tough time!
The barbarians have taken MAGA. Woke right, woke right, woke right, woke right.
Ah, perfect. You can fit so many psyops in this little guy.
Rabbi?
Shalom, James.
I can't. Nothing here but Gnosticism. I'm done hunting people.
Brothers and sisters, remember, Jesus is the only way.
Demonic! What about the chosen people? They deserve better! Anti-Israel? That's demonic! Hey! Boycotting Israel? Demonic! Graffiti like this, purely demonic! Posting that online? Demonic! Boycott poster, mega demonic! You hear me?
A few moments later.
Okay, here we go.
Gnostic! When the crowds are gone and the slogans fade, he's left with the pieces of choices he made, trying to build something better, standing on.
James, it's me, your favorite president. I've heard you've left the movement. Please come back.
Really?
Oh, man, listen
Just
to him.
kidding, loser.
He really thought the president was going to call.
That's pathetic.
Right. Oh, man, that was amazing. Thank you very much, Sniper Anon.
It's like robot chicken for James. It's one after another.
We got a few super chats actually.
Oh my god.
Let's see. What have we got? Come on, where is it? Name the dynamic. Good to see you, mate. We is not gay enough.
my we. He knows what I actually look like in person, so that was a dig at my actual looks where I look gayer than the default we character is wise.
The Blytarga for Judah. Hey Blytarga, I've seen you on Twitter. By the way, if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can find me at malinformedtv. Come along. I spend too much time on Twitter. It's always nice to connect with the fellas. Blytarga for $2. Wow, I got a boner. I'm not sure you should be advertising that by Target, but but good for you, mate. Good for you. I hear it's been a bit difficult.
Finally someone finds me sexually attractive. Finally, and then you have to just rain on my parade like that.
No, on the contrary, right? Like if that's what gets his motor going, then that's all good.
I'll take any motors going at this point. Okay.
So right, shall we dig into the entrails?
Yes, we should in just a moment because look at who became a hard R feller, Adolfo Nibbler. Unbelievable. I really like the people I'm attracting. I can't express that enough.
Oh my god! Right, so we start off with
what do we got?
Isaac, watch.
Oh my god! Okay,
you're the one who's really into talking about Isaac.
Well, yeah, because it's just bizarre that this dude has a botted stream with James Lindsay. We've covered him before. He is a James Lindsay orbiter. He was shot to stardom with a 33 million view X post, and that's all he's done. And he's tried to hang on to it, understandably so, but he put all of his eggs in the wrong basket, which is James Lindsay. He says really embarrassing things about James Lindsay, like they're really actually friends. So it's unfortunate. And so he went on Chrissy Mayr's show. He physically traveled to go on her show. His stream makes no money. His Buy Me a Coffee still has the same exact messages from the last time we looked at it. No one's donated to it in like 6 months. So he's not getting actual engagement or views because no one in the Lindsay orbiter sphere gets any engagement. It is very astroturfed. James, I think, is controlled opposition. The other people that are close to him just don't allow themselves to be human beings or anything more than husks. So I just find it fascinating that he was on Chrissy Mayr's show. She's a touring stand-up comedian. She clearly isn't doing well if Isaiah's on there. And yeah, it just broke 1,000 views. There was only one comment on there that it was a 30-minute wait for Chrissy to come on, and then she was muted when she was on there. It's like the opposite of the Midas touch. If you like James Lindsay, every show you go on just starts turning to shit. It's uncanny. And
do we want to watch this car crash? Also,
no,
name the dynamic.
I do, and you don't.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
I do.
This chat. This is how he punishes me for getting us into that mess with Avi. He makes me watch these horrible podcasts. It's the torture. Look, Artie. Look, I've said, can we just go back to the beatings? Honestly, I would just prefer when you're beating me with a pipe to watch this. Like this is cruel torture.
I would do that, but you said harder, Daddy, when I did it, so now we have to watch this. Okay.
Plus, I know you're trying to keep your arms nice and skinny.
Well, no, honestly, I know
fashionable kind of.
I know it's frustrating to watch, but at the same time, this is messing with people's reality. Like this isn't organic. Well, I mean, this is actually organic, but it's just fascinating that I'm starting to understand because now that I have a live stream, I wasn't really watching streams a lot before, but now I'm in the industry, so to speak. So I'll look at other live streams, and I'm starting to understand why our stream is doing just decent and relatively well. There's a lot of dog shit out there, fellas. Oh my fucking god, there's a lot of shit out there.
I had to put this on 1.5 speed, and it was still too slow. Name the dynamic for $4.99 US federal notes. As a formerly bisexual man, I find you adorable. See, there you go, Artie. Right, your skinny arms are attracting the right kind of crowd.
See, he was formerly bisexual. After looking at me, he was like, just women should be fine.
I mean, when he says he was formerly bisexual, right? Which way did he swing, right? I mean, did perhaps, right, he saw your skinny goth arms and it was just filled with incredible lust for your your skinny form, right? I mean, we don't know. Right.
Okay. So there's a lot of dog shit live streams out there, and coming from people that have large followings. Like, he commuted to this. I don't know how. She says he drove far, or he flew there, or whatever, but it took him time to get there. And so I want you guys to enjoy the Lindsay effect, is what we're going to start calling it. Okay.
So this is a channel with 102,000 subscribers, 1,000 views, 21 hours ago. Are there even any comments?
We cracked
that. Two comments, bro. Wow, man. Now that's engagement.
That's wild. She's a touring stand-up comedian.
I mean, 102,000. I mean, I don't know, mate. Like, oh yeah. Anyway,
but it's the reason why it's funny to me is because it's like Truman Show for Isaiah. Okay, there is a machine behind making him live in a hyper reality. He has like 150,000 followers on X, and he thinks like, yeah, there's people watching me, all right. There's no money coming in at all whatsoever. I would just love to know what it's like inside of his head to be like, yeah, any day now. Like, what number does he think he hits until the money starts coming in? To the point where he's now like, is he well known? Does he have notoriety? Is he a guy? What is he known for? That's just what's so bizarre to me. And this really is the case for democracy not working. They can create Isaiah and make him seem like a guy when we can all clearly see that he has no credentials and there's nothing behind him. Now think of how easy it is to do this with politicians and just create, right? If they can do this with Isaiah, they can do it with fucking anybody.
Well, not only that, like, you know, the ability to sort of to bot the internet to sort of like lift up certain creators and have your own sort of like stable is incredibly useful, because you can then get them to all back a political candidate that you want. It's, you know, it's sort of the dead internet theory sort of interfacing with the real world. Anyway, let's
so yeah, so it's a half an hour of nothing, and then it comes in, her mic is muted, and then that goes into Isaiah's introduction and to say who Isaiah is. Okay.
I mean, look, to be fair, right? We have audio issues sometimes on this show
like
as well.
Not like this. They have a producer. They have a producer there. She has a set. She has over 3,000 videos on her channel, dude. Okay.
I gotta do double duty as the producer and one of the hosts. I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. Okay, let's get through this fucking steaming pile. Okay.
Yeah, that's playing. Yeah, the volume's up. She's talking. It's been a half an hour. So she's been talking for like a minute. It's not working. It's incredible. I swear to God, this happened because Isaiah's on there. It's the Lindsay effect. Something emanates from them that will ruin any show that they're on, and nobody watches it.
Well, while this is going on, we Quizats Chatterack sent 5 gift memberships. Nice one.
Oh, my dear lords. Hard R fellers, dude. They are digging the content. They are digging it.
And
I think I have like 38 people, and like there's 38, 39, 40 views on the video. So people are watching the behind the paywall content a couple of times. So I very much appreciate that. Just
her chain for 5 Canadian loonies. I'm dressing up as a Labubu for Halloween and giving out Dubai chocolates. I actually quite like Dubai chocolate. That stuff's pretty fucking tasty. Right.
All right, here we go. Come on, this is the content, dude. Can you believe that 1,000 people watch this and there's only 2 comments on it? This is how long it goes on for. Yeah. Don't you feel like everyone's going to stop watching our stream right now? Why do I enjoy doing this? I don't know. All right, give it 5 seconds. I just love dog shit so much. I can't even explain it. Okay, here we go. That's how long it goes on for. It's incredible. This is what happens when you're a James Lindsay orbiter.
We got some more super chats. Thank God. Interrupting this horror. Aramaic Discourse for $5 for the Cryopod utility bill. Thank you very much.
He's keeping the lights on.
But I do appreciate that, mate.
Keeping the lights on in the Cryopod.
And the Blaytaga as well for $5. Bad congressmen get in because no one knows shit about their local candidates. Randy Fine from Florida is a perfect example. Oh, mate, Randy Fine. Holy shit, mate. What a creepy motherfucker that guy is. Woof. Did you ever see Emily Eucas did like a thing of the Circle of Life from Lion King with Randy Fine using AI? Holy shit, that was fucking amazing, man. Like,
dude, can we get back to the content, please? All right, you're over here entertaining people. All right,
I suppose. God, why do you have to torture me like this?
Because
this is the greatest injustice that ever was injustice.
Say that while it's playing. You don't have. There's no audio. You don't have to wait for anything. There you go.
No, there's audio.
Prove it. Where? Where's the audio? If there's audio, that's how long it goes on for. I just find this fascinating. That how much more resources do you need? Wait,
are you not hearing audio?
I'm actually not hearing anything. Isn't it supposed to be playing at this point?
Yeah, we have audio.
Didn't we watch this already? We pre-watched this, didn't we? Is it go to 35 minutes?
Are you not chat? Are you hearing audio from this window or not? I wonder if there's been
No, just play it.
Just play it?
Go to 35 minutes. There's no audio. There really is no audio. We can't hear any audio.
Okay, there's no audio. All right, okay. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Hang on. And look at us having the audio issues. Wow.
Okay, yep.
Wow. Pride cometh before the fall. It looks like I'm going to have to eat my own hat now. Wow.
Yeah,
Here I am.
It does look like it. Okay, hang on.
No, it's. Well, I mean, just see if other videos play, but we can just go to the next thing. That was really just to have for posterity that she introduced. Yeah.
No, but if the audio is, I mean, it was working for the James Lindsay thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Okay, let's try that again.
Who has no L?
Beautiful.
Yeah, no, yeah, he does not have an L.
Go to 3130.
Are you hearing it now?
Yeah, go to 3130.
Oh, phew. Goodness me.
Yeah, well, imagine now that was a half an hour. Imagine that was 5 straight minutes of that happening. Here we go. Okay. So, the point of this is when she introduces Isaiah, who is he and what does he do? Who is your Isaiah and what does he do? So right now she's doing sign language. What is this at 1.5 speed?
Yeah.
There we go.
We are fixing the sound.
Listen to how shitty the microphone sounds.
Okay,
it sounds like this for 2.5 hours.
What could it be?
Okay, something's going through now.
What about now? We just refreshed. Thank God.
All right.
I had just run out of all of my sign language.
No, okay, for my credit, the mic and everything was on and I could hear them.
It was
I
on.
don't know what happened.
You're fired, Matt. No,
just say everything you said again.
We'll just repeat everything. My gosh. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Nightmare. I was vamping about that poster back there that Frank had made. Where's Lil Cow?
This is at 1.5 speed, right? Yeah. Like usually, like, even with Lindsay videos, right? I can only speed it up to 1.25 where it becomes hard to understand. Imagine how slow this is in 1x speed.
Dude.
Bunch of
it's the Lindsay
internet
effect.
people on it. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. What is here and there is our guest tonight, which he came from quite a distance, and we're happy he's here. Why would I was like almost could have just like named the place you just moved to. Why would I do that? He's the host of Apostate Radio. He is a viral sensation. He is very good friends with the one and only Adam Coleman, who we've seen on the show recently, who is an author and just an awesome dude. So I was like, you know what? Let's have this guy on. Any friend of Adam's is a friend of mine. Put your hands together for Isaiah L. Carter.
Thank you.
The L
Thank
is
you
important.
for having me.
The L is important because there is another Isaiah Carter.
There is indeed.
Who has no L.
Yeah, no, yeah, he does not have an L. His is different from that. But I used to get his BG. I used to get his electric bills.
Oh.
Yeah, I used to get him in the mail.
And you were like, all right, this is the last one I'm paying. Like,
oh, for God's sake,
I want to keep
torturing us.
I want to keep watching it. But I'll leave it there. So I just think it's funny how he's a viral sensation, but we skip over that. And she goes, you're Adam Coleman's friend, so I'm having you on. He's a viral sensation. Not really saying what he's a viral sensation for. It's Truman Show. They're creating this hyper reality. The Moos are creating this hyper reality around him. It's so fascinating because he doesn't do anything. And he actually, he traveled quite a distance, she said, to get there. And it's just fascinating that the 2.5 hours, dude, an absolute slug. So this is what James Lindsay. What?
The Baudrillardian live stream. It's like the hyper reality, but for live streamers.
But there's so many. There's so many that are like this now. It's getting creepy.
Anyway, right. Enough of that pain.
I love the pain.
Mega was rocked in the ass and ballsack this week by a revelation that young Republicans were being spicy in a group chat. Oh, clutch your pearls, everybody. I can't. They're having a spicy group chat. I can't believe it. This, of course, caused much whining and kvetching. Politico did a number of articles on this. It was leaked to Politico. I love.
Was this written by James Lindsay? Like, right? This is what he would be like. Oh, James Lindsay was right again. People like Hitler on the right. Like, so wasn't the left right before James Lindsay was right? How does this fool anybody? I don't understand it.
I love Mustache Man. Leaked messages expose young Republicans. Racist chat. Oh my God. I can't believe that in 2025, people are still being spicy in the group chat, Artie. We must deploy some kind of biological weapon, some sort of infological weapon to stop people from being spicy in the group chat.
Well, so here's the thing. So when I say the reason why I wanted to talk about controlled opposition is because you got James Lindsay and you got Nick Fuentes, okay? Now, James Lindsay, it's very clear to see how he's controlled opposition because he is trying to control and subdue the right. I just don't see how Nick Fuentes is like a fed or controlled opposition. Like, there's some things that are questionable, sure. But I really wanted to like show James Lindsay as like dead to rights, controlled opposition. Netanyahu is repeating the woke right phrase that he coined. Like, it's pretty direct, pretty clear cut. And like with the controlled opposition, you would go, well, what's the objective? And it's like, well, to neuter the right and make sure there's no actual healthy right-wing identity. But then we have Nick Fuentes, who is like a paleocon variety of that and calling out the moves better than anybody ever has. So I don't see if somebody can give a good argument.
Fed jacketing has been a thing for ages, right? Like that is the technical term, right? Fed jacketing. That's what the intelligence guys call it, right? When you attempt to sow chaos within a group that you're trying to destroy by accusing one of the people of being a Fed. And wait, we got a super chat. I missed it. Sorry. 5 Canadian loonies from Slosher. Look at him sloshing over. He's just sloshing in the door. Bit of a slosher. James was on this show a few years ago. I was a fan of James at the time and mentioned Auron and accidentally triggered Lindsay. Oh, really?
Show a few years ago?
Oh, really? Slosher, if you can point us to that episode, I'd be really. I didn't know that.
On what show?
James was on to Auron McIntyre a couple of years ago. I thought his obsession, his long distance love affair with Auron McIntyre was a recent thing. Are you saying they have history?
Interesting.
Oh, mate.
And you told the right two people that, if that's
yes,
true.
you did. Yes,
you
you
did.
did.
The right place, buddy.
So Fed jacketing is like, look, this is the kind of stuff that you do if you're an autist like me, and you wind up reading like the manuals that like these people sort of write and like how to destroy groups that you don't like. And Fed jacketing is one of those ways. You just accuse someone of being a Fed, plant a bit of evidence, like no. But the thing is, right, Nick, I mean, we have all grown up in an environment, Nick especially so, right, where these tactics are deployed everywhere. It's quite hard to do this to Nick. He doesn't have a wife. He doesn't have kids. He barely fucking leaves the house as far as
dedicated to the cause.
He is. He's married to the cause. A lot harder to do that to someone like Nick. You'd have to really sort of stretch the definition. By the way, bros, breaking news. See what I did there? You like that? You like that?
I don't like that I laughed.
From I mean, this is hot off the presses, bros. The text messages that were leaked. So they were leaked by this guy Gavin Wax. Pronouns oi/they. And it turns out that the leaker has become the leakhead. Is that how you would say that? Yes,
that's proper grammar.
Text messages to the Politico journalist Jason Beeferman.
No. Yeah, no. This isn't real. None of this is real, dude.
Wax and Beeferman
and associates.
Wax Beeferman and Associates. Yeah. It turns out that Wax's correspondence with Politico journalist Jason Beeferman has also been leaked. And it turns out that basically he threw these dudes under the bus. Apparently over some petty political squabble, like one of them got like a position or something that that Wax coveted very oiveishly. So he basically just sold them out in a complete sort of he was talking with this Politico journalist. So Wax is putatively a Republican, but of course he probably has other allegiances, and he sells out his other young Republicans to Politico, right? And he knows this is coming. He's like, we've got graphics going. He's sending this guy their phone numbers. They're talking about who will crack first. You know, it's like just a complete traitorous scumbag.
Right. So okay, would that be controlled opposition, where he's acting like he's against the Democrats when he's now doing something to help the Democrats? Like that would be an example of controlled opposition.
Well, I think the technical definition. Help me out here, chat. Right, most of the time when people talk about controlled opposition, what they mean is containment. So you have a group that is designed to channel dissident energy, but has no sort of real dissident goals. And you know,
so you mean like kind of making you like in place and doing nothing?
Correct.
You know?
Correct.
Kind of holding your principles over your head instead of winning, possibly would be.
Yeah. So like the Reform Party, or you know, like Tommy Robinson or something like that,
James
right? Like
Lindsay, yeah.
You know, James Lindsay, come and join our movement, fellow kids. Like we're gonna do all of this stuff, and then of course they're never going to do any of this stuff. And the clearest way to tell about these groups is that they work with the left. So the Reform Party, for example, they vetted all of their people through Hope Not Hate, which is sort of a UK government communist cell, basically. And so if these people are working with the opposite side, if they're working with the communists, then that is a sure sign, as you said, Artie, that they are controlled opposition, or they have like what's the word, like a dual loyalty. Am I saying that right? I don't know where I heard that from.
Yeah, I mean, when I was saying this before the stream, like controlled opposition and like divide and conquer, like this is just moves. Well, what else would you be talking about? When you're talking about global power, it's the demos. So I mean, that's the. What else would it be? Is there really like a, you know, someone's a Democrat that's really helping the right? Is that even a thing?
I just can't believe that journalist's name is Beeferman. Does he get into a lot of beef? Is he, you know, when you start getting like beef with someone, is Beeferman the guy who's like, hey, let me phone my homie Beeferman, right? Like, you know, he knows how to beef.
Like, what did his family do? What did his great grandfather do? Where it's like, was that like the first toga party, or like, you know, Beeferman, yeah,
bro.
He was the first bro. That was the first bro to come to the United States. Beeferman.
It literally sounds like something out of what was that? What was that? You remember those like 80s frat movies, like Animal House and stuff? Yeah. Oh, we got some more super chats. $10 from Total Blackout Painting. How you doing, TBP? Good to see you in the chat. Happy Friday, bros. TBP. Happy Friday, bros. These guys are lucky they've never seen my chat groups. They'd be like the people from Event Horizon afterwards, clawing at their own eyes and crying for relief.
So, I just sent you in the Telegram if you want to just put up one of my really embarrassing group chats that I posted on X to show that, you know, just to be transparent, you know, that we are to publicly show what I say privately. I feel like is good transparency for the fellas to see. Okay, now if you want, I want a sound clip of you saying that. So I want you to read that.
Artie is, sort of, talking about his degenerate urges, saying that sometimes when he itches his butthole, he closes his eyes and imagine that it smells like his pussy. It's terrible. Can
you imagine if that got leaked? So what I'm trying to do is what the left does, and since we've had the internet and the moods as well, since nothing can be hidden now, you just bombard people with a bunch of information. So now I'm going to like just always be saying something crazy. So then they're like, hey, you said the N word. And I'm like, hey, and the F word and K word. And hold on. That's not all.
It's cool. Like you're polluting the AI model. That's smart. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Poisoning the well, as it were. $5.99 from Kalev Knight.
Oh,
I find it revealing. Sargon on a stream said, "Oh, meet with Lindsay at a meeting," and he vented, making a new slur term isn't so easy. Lol. Paraphrasing. I didn't hear that.
I didn't hear that either. We're gonna have to have like a news hotline for people to send us tips about Lindsay, so we know these things before coming on stream.
Yeah. Well, on Twitter, right? You can DM us. Our DMs are open.
No, I wanted to show my age and say we should have a hotline to do it. Apparently, a fucking hotline in 2025. How old am I really?
Yeah, exactly. It'll be like the Cold War one. Like the big red phone that doesn't have like the dial, like the dialer on it. You just
why was I picturing that? Why wouldn't I just say, really show my age? I'm actually 78 years old.
You got news for the Artie and Fist bunker. Right. So, okay. So now this leads on to what I'm talking about, chat. I hope you are all sufficiently scared. The Young Republicans league chat is a sign of where we could be headed. I can only get so erect, bros. Leak chats from Young Republican groups were shocking, offensive, and a sign of where politics could be going. Well, I mean, the thing is,
yeah,
right,
it wasn't Charlie Kirk getting his neck exploded. Aside that, it was. I'd love to see what Politico said about that. But the H word in a private group chat, where's this country going?
I know. The thing is,
right? Who do you think is in charge when this is mainstream news? Okay.
I have receipts. I've been doing research and annoying people on Twitter. There's this one particular guy I've been annoying recently. And usually, right, if you studied political science, right, you'll be into this, right? Because you got to like write an essay, and to do that you've got to find like papers that source like polls and stuff. They stopped polling any of this stuff back in 2020. So there's been no more work on political polarization. The last thing I could find about
served its purpose,
how many Americans were supportive of their mustache man, is from 2017. So nobody, basically they're flying blind. And I think the reason is because everyone, who's done this knows that polls do not just measure the political temperature. They are also deployed to make people do stuff, right? So they are employed to give people the impression that a certain view is fringe or is mainstream. Now,
right.
What this means is that if a certain view that the establishment doesn't like starts becoming mainstream, they will shut the fuck up about it, and they won't publish any polls because they're worried that if people start seeing, 25% of people think like me, they'll be like, that's okay. I feel like I belong. And I think this is the reason why they basically stopped publishing this data.
Well, hold on, keep it right there. So, fellas, this is why I say you have to be right wing, and right wing is you realize that racism and anti-Semitism do not exist. It's just to attack white people. So it says a series of racist and anti-Semitic messages. That's why I say that. But also, have we ever leaked messages of what black people say about white people, or what moos say about Gentiles? Why doesn't that ever get leaked? It only gets leaked one way. Has anyone ever noticed that?
Yeah.
Because they're angels in their private chats. They're not even angels publicly. We can show you shit that they say publicly. That's way worse than what we say privately. So that's how you know who's in charge. It's all a gimmick.
I mean, what do you think the penalty is for leaking the Mooish group chat? Do you think there's like some like particularly obscure and obscene punishment they give you? Like that?
Yeah, I would assume that they just kill a random one of their own. Yeah. They would do that because in order to think about what they would do, you just turn off everything that makes you human. It's like method acting. And I go, okay, yeah. So if I were a psychotic, schnoz nose crazy guy, I would just go, oh, I would just kill a random one, and then they would all know. They're like, ooh, he really means business. We're not going to do that anymore. So I assume he would do that.
Chris has Chatterack. You get uncircumcised. Oh my God, it's a fate worse than death. I can't believe it.
Yeah, it's just a series of uncircumcisions and recircumcisions.
So on Tuesday, Politico published a series of racist and anti-Semitic messages from a group chat filled with young Republican leaders. They included references to putting their opponents in chambers of,
Oh my, okay, let's go to the X post, dude. We get it. This is just gonna make me mad. It's just gonna make me mad, and I can't yell at this, but I can yell at people that have done things on X that I don't like.
So, this scandal sparked drama all over the Xaverse, well, the woke centrist Xaverse, with people such as Seth Gillen from the Babylon Bee coming out and saying, everyone thinks I'm talking about the leaked chat. This conversation is much.
Oh, there we go. Oh my God. All of the Lindsay'ites have this like ominous, cryptic tone to what they're saying, dude. You know what it's like to be a goth. How gothy are they? They're so nonconformist and edgy, aren't they? Do you get like these like really like mall goth vibes from them?
It is quite goth, I've got to say, because their sort of outlook on the future is just relentlessly negative. Like they cannot see any one good thing that would happen from the right gaining power. No, whereas like I can see like a number of like good things that might, I mean, maybe some bad things, right? But it's not like, it's not all bad.
It's so mall goth to go, see, told you that would happen. And then you go, well, what's your solution? And they go, conformist. That's just what it's like dealing with a Lindsayite. It never goes anywhere. They never have any solutions. You've tried. You've actually tried. I think you're a sucker, but I don't like you seeing waste your time with these people, okay? That's what it is.
It's not a waste of my time. It's actually really good for getting my thoughts together. Like I find I get my thoughts together easier arguing against other people, like even if they're dicks, because it's true sort of having them like respond. It makes me really consider my position, and I've got to like write it out. No, look, I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it for me, bro. Right? I don't really, I don't really.
I know, but when I see you spend time making a post, and then they're like, this like response of like, you need to go touch grass. Like this is why James Lindsay spent so much time. By the way, fellas, we are at like 200 people watching right now. So please
holy
like the stream.
Crap, 200 people.
That's good for us. So please like the stream. It would help out a lot. Appreciate it. So with James,
Jacob, Jacob Kektrell is the top reply. Good to see you in my Twitter replies there, Jacob. Just giving a shout out for all the Twitter bros.
But so James Lindsay spent years being like, these are the behaviors of communists, okay? This is what they act like, okay? And he's just describing the moves. Because once he removed the communists, and then he was backing Douglas Murray, and then how he's just been backing pro-Israel people, you look at his comment section, and it's like, these moves are acting 100% exactly like the communists he's been warning us about. Like, the behavior is the exact same. And which came first, the communist or the moo, huh? These are 2,500-year-old behaviors.
And then, like, a bunch of emails got leaked that revealed that Douglas Murray was actually, like, writing speeches for the Israeli ambassador.
Hey, that can't be true because they denied that, okay?
Oh, right. Okay. Big time. Sent one gift membership. Never Goon picked it up.
Never Goon.
Never Goon.
Maybe Goon sometimes, but never Goon.
Now, this whole thing has been blowing up around the woke centrists, right? They're like, we can't ally with these people. We can't. Like, oh my God, right? Like, don't you know MAGA has been corrupted from the inside by people who want to do stuff. Everybody knows that doing stuff is not how you run a society. Everybody knows that the way you run a society is by scrupulously sticking to the protocols, right? To the bureaucracy. Who cares whether the outcomes suck ass as long as you do it properly and you follow the law. I hate this fucking shit. Like honestly, right? They could set the entirety of the country on fire. And as long as it was done following the law, they'd be like, oh, well, I guess we have to respect the system, right? Like,
this is what I was saying.
Dead.
This is what I was saying about January 6th and how the left kept bringing up January 6th. I literally said they could set half of the country on fire and the left would go, well, it's not an insurrection. This is like, it mirrors my criticisms of the left of the past few years, like flawlessly with what they're doing.
Quite. So the right no longer believes good character is essential in politics.
Oh my God.
I mean, who are you to fucking like, in my opinion, right? My friends on the right have much better character, right? They don't believe in treachery. They speak the truth. They're fucking based. They're good people.
I'm an atheist and we're pieces of shit. Okay.
They're good lads. They're good lads. I've met a lot of them. I tell you what, man, if the shit went down and the commies were attacking, I'd rather have like 20 of them on my side than, bunch of fucking like centrists being like, oh, we can't possibly.
The right wing atheist, but it's the right wing that brings the atheist closer to the religious folk. All right.
That's true. That is true. That is true. Dishonesty, cruelty, bigotry, vengefulness.
I'm so sorry. This is splitting. It's splitting. You want to know what the issue is that we have been focused on our honesty, on not being cruel, on not being bigots, on not being vengeful, and not being corrupt. We've been focusing on doing that while the left has been focusing on power, and now we have millions of illegals in the country, and we're cutting prepubescent girls' tits off. So
yeah.
So it's not that we're ignoring those things. We need to shift. It's not 100 or 0. It's that we really need to focus on power. We've kind of had enough.
All of these things can be excused in the interests of winning elections and consolidating power. That is how politics works. What the fuck world are you living in?
Say the line. Say the line.
On the fucking planet.
Say the line. Say 1 year at uni. Do it. Say the line.
Just do undergrad political science, please, for the love of God. And conservatives who recoil from such depravity, as decent conservatives always did, are smeared as weak and disloyal losers. Yes, I mean, look, he's absolutely true, right? Look at George W. Bush and Dick Cheney, right? Absolute, bulwarks of anti-corruption, decency, never had a vengeful or cruel bone in their body. Are you fucking kidding me?
It's delusional.
What have you to say? What have you to say to this tweet, small Iraqi child? Oh, you can't say anything. You're missing a head. My God, dude. Oh, God. So this was in response to Matt Walsh saying the right doesn't stick together. That's our biggest problem by far. Well, I think it's turning around, Matt. I think it is. I think it is turning around.
James Lindsay keeps doing this just pussy thing where Matt's like, I'm not going to let you struggle session me. And then James is like, I'm not struggle sessioning you. I'm just telling you how I feel. And, you don't have to agree, but I'm sorry you feel that way. Oh, my God.
But I'm not going to talk to you until you denounce a whole bunch of people. But I'm not a Maoist, right? Or anything like I'm not doing unity or anything like that, right? Like, you just just denounce all of your friends and then we can talk.
You can detect when something is mooish when it's that effeminate estrogenic energy. That's where it comes from.
Yeah, it's like the original Longhouse, basically. So Matt is basically talking about the left will keep up with the united front and defend their guys no matter what, while we keep throwing each other to the wolves at every opportunity. Great plan. Well, I think Matt, he's probably watching this show, right? I think this is about to come to an end. Honestly, I think that the days of just automatically being like, you were spicy in the group chat, right? Get out of politics is coming to an end. Because quite frankly,
everything is in context.
Yeah.
Like their principles are in a vacuum, which is how, like, do you remember maybe middle school or high school, and you're like, I don't want to be a hypocrite. I don't want to contradict myself. I don't want to be a hypocrite. Like, I had that phase where being a hypocrite. I'm like, no, I'm not a hypocrite. And then like you realize that like life is very messy and complicated, and sometimes you have to get things done. And like, okay, I had to like readjust my position. They view it in a vacuum and not in the context of the real world. But these are the people that are all about reality and truth, right? Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So Bugman Hagel, shout out to Bugman Hagel. Got into a bit of a beef with Mikhail Olsen.
Oh, thank God, because I'm blocked. Because I'm blocked from all of these people. There was actually, real quick, people should know this. 5 or 6 days ago, the Lindsayeites were having full conversations with us. Mm-hmm. And Dongus Cock and Be Straight to Capitalism were on the front lines, putting in work. Fellas, really appreciate it. Me and Fist are used to having these conversations online alone, so it was nice to have actual backup and support and additional things to say. I'm always the most mean one, by the way. All the other fellas are way nicer to these fucking people. Way more fucking charitable, dude. It's actually hilarious. But yeah, so and then a mass block happened maybe like a couple days ago. So we were gonna make this about those conversations, but so much it keeps happening, fellas. I need you to understand that. Just wanted to add that in there.
We have been exiled, Artie. They have nothing more to say to us. So, okay, so look, Mikhail Olsen is basically like, yes, I'd rather lose politically than side with actual Nazis. Okay. I mean, you're gonna like, and what happens when they like literally overthrow your government and instantiate like actual communism?
No,
right?
I'm so done with this. First of all, you know what? No, I'm not even going to show it. I could show his hideous profile, Mikhail Olsen, and show you what he's really like, okay? He has one of the worst noses you've ever seen. But go back to the previous
Wait. So is Mikhail Olsen one of the nose people?
Fuck it, I got to show you, dude. It's atrocious. Wait.
I can just go to his profile.
No, don't look at his profile.
Oh, come
Only
on,
look at him
bro.
straight on. Only look at him straight on. It's on his Instagram.
So Bugman Hagel, shout out to Matt Hagel.
But when he says side with actual Nazis, let's play that through, okay? Why doesn't he want to side with actual Nazis? What would happen if he did?
He might. I mean, 110 is that what you're getting at?
Because like I side with actual Nazis. I don't see a problem with it. I have no problem siding with an actual Nazi. I just don't know what he's afraid of. His brain goes to the post World War II story.
Yeah,
he starts getting images of gas chambers. It's like, no, they can't do that even if they wanted to. And there's plenty of things that people want to do that they can't do. So what do you like think is going to happen? Like, it's such an irrational fear.
So Bugman Hagel says, so then you're siding with the gay race communists. Noted. Well, of course he is. There's no middle road. Enlightened centrism is just gay race communism going the speed limit. Well, she's right. And then...
Well, that's controlled opposition. Going the speed limit is how we've been phrasing it. But, I mean, the point of controlled opposition is to let the other side win, but slower.
Yeah, but also the thing about the woke centrists, right, is that they...
I sent you his schnoz, by the way, in the Telegram.
So hang on. They are of the left because they all essentially agree in the progressive hug box, right? That, you know, in the future, basically, everyone will get along, okay? Black and white and brown and, Jay and Gentile, right? We'll all hold hands, like not equally, of course. Some will be more equal than others, right? But all of these differences will be worked out and we will live in a sort of, melting pot. I don't see any evidence that this is happening. In fact,
exactly.
What I am seeing is that the more multiculturalism we get, the more everything is just fraying apart. And so the
people are getting fed up and they want a change, which, by the way, they say how fascism happens. But the only way fascism would happen right now is if you're not being reasonable with people's grievances.
I actually was going to reply to someone. I actually cancel quite a few tweets, especially late at night, because I'll just want to yell at somebody.
Right.
And someone was kvetching. Actually, it might have been it might have been Mikhail Olsen actually.
I'm
And
sorry.
I was just like,
can you put his nose back on screen real quick for me?
I was like, look, just address their grievances. You are basically saying that an entire section of the electorate, their grievances don't matter. You have no intention of addressing their grievances at all. You're just like, those grievances are racist. So therefore, they will not be addressed. There will be no change. And well, then that's not fucking democracy, is it?
Well,
right? Democracy is a system whereby people's grievances get addressed. If you're just going to take like a whole group of people and be like, oh, well, you fuck your grievances, right? Because, they'd be racist and shit. Then what do you expect is going to happen? How are those people going to support democracy? You're not getting their grievances addressed. What is in it for them?
So I just need his picture back on screen.
Oh, right. Sorry. It's just a bit much.
So if you could just click on the picture on the right.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. So has anybody that's ever looked like that ever considered anyone's grievance outside of their own group? You really, what are you expecting? Did you know they made noses like that? That's a good one. You don't see one like that very often, dude.
I was not aware.
That's a new one.
So, I give you the authoritarian proposition, bros. Create a false binary between two extreme forms of tyranny. Then guilt, scare, or shame people into choosing one or the other. As woke as it gets, folks. I mean, you're basically so
emoji finger. They love the emoji finger pointing at something. That's like their mic drop. These are the people that say that like X is like 50% bots, but then they get like a dopamine drip. They try to get that banger X post, even though they say it's mostly bots on the website.
So you have race communism, and you have the people trying to stop race communism, which are both two extreme forms of tyranny. Okay? I mean,
but think about it. Would you rather side with Nazis or gay race communists?
Oh, dude, like absolutely with the Nazis, because the gay race communists would literally kill me. Like they're not shy about that at all, right? Like they completely want me dead. I mean, am I literally supposed to side with
that? Like, I know, but they can never say. But that's why none of them debate. That's why none of them have actual conversations or anything like that. I was briefly talking to Bugman Hagel to be like to do a space, but she's tried to like talk to any of them. And this is the thing: me and Bugman Hagel met through the Lindsay'ites in like February of 2023, sometime in mid 2023. And so we'd be on spaces shooting the shit and whatnot. And so like that's how we met through the Lindsay'ites, and now none of them will talk to her. It's very creepy.
Yep.
And
no, that's how I met her as well. Through the Lindsay'ites, right? And then she got into Kabbalah, right? And started doing
she did. That was way over my head. I checked out when she started doing that shit.
on Kabbalah. And then for some weird reason, right, that the Lindsay'ites like got pissy at her, and now she's converted to Orthodoxy, and so they really don't, So I thought I'd read my response.
Yeah, dude.
The race. Wait, is this in reply to? Oh yeah, here we go. Right, so Mikhail Olsen is like, you think those are the only two options: flaming Nazis or gay race communists?
He gave two options. That's why I hate them.
You don't think there could possibly be another option to choose? To which I reply, the race communists are not going to stop. If you fire them from the government, they will form NGOs, wait a few years, and come back. Liberalism is not a potent enough force to oppose it. If it was, it would have. Locking people out of the political process for spicy group chats means you are locking out capable people who will then just form a counter-elite. Where do you think all these people came from? They are thinkers and political people that were locked out of the political process. Gatekeeping like this ensures only the most servile and sclerotic wind up in politics, and those people are incapable of resisting the communists. Bada boom.
Yeah, I mean that the way that you put things makes it just a political reality. it's there's not an ounce of fat on it. Like what you're saying could be understood by like that could be shown in like a middle school social studies class of like how politics works. Like this could be an example in a classroom. You know what I'm saying? Of like forming groups and whatnot. It's like that's how it works out. That they're going to form another group.
I don't think they let me teach high school, to be perfectly honest. Something, you know.
Well, with your porn career, I wouldn't either.
Ah, look, all the kids are watching that stuff. I don't think that should count against me, bro. Right? It wasn't that kind of porn. What are you suggesting?
Hey, I've seen that guy's butthole.
Nice butthole you got there, Teach.
I think we have a super chat.
The Odyssey Ninja for $5. Have you read R.L. Dabney's snippet on conservatism that has been going around recently? It perfectly describes them. I can DM or put it in the group chat. I have not. Stick it in the group chat, mate. Stick it in the group chat. Okay, so wait.
Don't use the N-word though, because it might get leaked in the group chat. Okay.
Oh my God, this is fucking crazy. Look at this, right? Said Dylan from the Babylon Bee. But these ideas are popular with young people. So what does that prove? The question isn't whether an idea is popular with kids or young adults, but whether it's good or true.
That's a communist. That's how a communist thinks. Whether it's good and true.
Treating popularity as a moral compass, or as a mandate for the rest of society to radically change course, is a complete inversion of moral responsibility. It's the same logic that's justified every destructive cultural revolution, and also like failed to resist every cultural revolution as well. But anyway, go on.
Or thinking that you objectively know what's good and true.
Yeah. Conservatism aims to preserve the good. Yeah, how's that been going, by the way? Not to conform to whatever's popular.
Do you notice
anyone,
how he
young
said
or old, who
aims
doesn't
to
understand
conserve?
this? Sorry, go on, mate.
Yeah, conservatism aims to conserve. He didn't say conservatism conserved.
Oh,
he
yeah,
just said what the goal of conservatism is. Like, right. That's why people are starting to kind of push back on you.
Anyone who doesn't understand this should be corrected, not followed. To which I reply,
corrected, like re-educated? What do you mean corrected?
Yeah, re-educated.
The proper opinion. Should we have a debate about it?
No. You don't debate those filthy, like, rightists.
Oh,
man.
yeah,
like,
a democracy with no debate, right? And now I get it.
That's right. Okay, because sometimes you need authoritarianism to preserve democracy, because
no. It's not authoritarianism. It's democracy, so everyone votes, but nobody exchanges their ideas. It's just a battle of propaganda.
Also, weren't we going to do like a poll? Didn't you say something about like?
Shit.
Do you know how to make one?
Yeah. What was the poll?
Yeah,
I know.
So I'm like, amazingly, Dylan, who comments on politics, fails to understand the significance of the popularity of ideas in a democracy. I mean, what do these people think democracy is? Like, fuck! Oh my God, fucking seriously, God damn it. Doom to Coom for $5. Moose tongue my anu 5. I don't know what that means, mate. But thank you very much for the $5. Anu 5. Okay.
Give me one more minute to post the poll.
You got the poll. Do you want me to keep going? Because we've got this. So I started getting into it with this dude. Entropian. A new challenger has entered the ring, bros. His classical liberal blocked me. Sad news fist noises. Oh God. I don't care about a group chat either. What I care about is whether mustache appreciating remains a taboo in the Republican Party. I know that's what this is actually about. Destroying taboos. Normalizing the fringe. It's a really familiar goal we've watched Americans grow increasingly repulsed by as they watch the left do it. The people saying, I don't care about a group chat, are engaging in a trivializing mantra designed to exclude the bigger picture, the real concern, which is also a tactic we're all familiar with as we watch the left deploy, why are you so obsessed with people's genitals? And I think I've got my reply to him. Yeah, okay, so I started basically replying to him saying that, look, you don't actually know how popular these ideas are. Nobody knows because they stopped doing polling on it, as I was talking about earlier. So the latest sort of pivot among the Lindsay'ites is that if they don't crush the actual right and exclude them from politics completely, then MAGA will lose the next election. Now, the thing is, this may or may not be true, but I have not seen any polling data to support it, right? Nice poll.
Oh, it's pumping. It's pumping. Nice. Okay.
It's pumping. Right. Very, very nice. So maybe they're right. Okay. But without polling, without some kind of data, it's impossible to know. Now, he got very annoyed when I pointed this out. I'm like, look, once again, I must reiterate, there's very little data on how prevalent this opinion which you despise actually is. All the data on political polarization stops in 2020. If you can find anything more recent, please post. I have looked and I cannot find it, and I can't. Even the stuff that's coming out now on political polarization all uses data that stopped in 2020. And 2020, as you will remember, was the start of the pandemic, right? So that was a long time ago. Things were very different back then. The most recent data on whether it is, quote, acceptable or unacceptable to hold neo-schnazzy or white supremo views that I can find is from 2017 by Statista, which found that 9% of Americans found it to be acceptable. And here is the actual poll from Statista here from 2017, but only published in 2024. So they sat on this for 7 years. And they found that in 2017, 9% of Americans answered in the affirmative, even given that you would expect that some people would not answer in the affirmative because, they would be, not wanting to put it out there, especially in 2017. So this is significant. That's a tenth of the electorate.
Right.
Okay. I think you will agree that a lot has changed since 2017, and I'm suspicious that all the data collection on political polarization has ceased in 2020, just as it has gotten more extreme. My suspicion is that data publishing has been halted because it is well known that polling does not just document opinion, but also shapes it. My point, once again, is that you should not take the dominance of the center for granted. You may not like this assertion, but depending on the numbers, it is entirely possible that isolating the people that you so despise might cause you to lose the next election. They do not want to hear this, by the way, right? Like, bros, you should, if you're on Twitter one night, you should hammer this home, that without data, how do they know whether excluding these people is going to help or hinder their electoral chances? They just don't know. They're just assuming that it will hurt their chances. But in fact, it might actually help. However, I doubt that even if the data supported this assertion, that you or the other centrists would change your opinion, since threatening the loss of the election is just an excuse. The truth is that such people are your sworn political enemies, vindicating Schmitt once again. Holy crap, go outside, I beg you.
Oh my God, dude.
Oh,
right
wow,
there.
bros. Like,
right there. I was like, I'm already blocked.
And then he just goes on about Schmitt, and I'm like, yeah, but you completely ignored like all the rest of the stuff that I was like talking about. They don't want to know, bros. They do not want to know.
See, but this is what the moos do. It goes right to, you seem to have a little bias there. Yeah, we all have bias. That's you can say that about anyone, about anything. It's completely interchangeable. That's just to start attacking you, start to trying to demoralize you. That's the only point there of doing that, which is a moo tactic, which I thought was communist until James Lindsay and his minions came along. Oh my God, nothing has made me any more anti-Semitic than James Lindsay and his audience.
Yeah, I know, it's fucking crazy, huh? So the poll results are in 4 minutes ago. Apparently, according to the mind of the chat, it is much more likely at 59% that Crowder will change the mind of the basketball Americans.
I should read it. So, which one is more likely to happen? Crowder changing the mind of blacks, or a Lindsayite even talking to Fist? So far, Arden Party has $10 on a Lindsayite talking to you. So we might have to start doing a pool going, because I put myself in a really difficult position, because Crowder changing the mind of blacks ain't looking good. Ain't looking very good at all. I'm in the middle of making my second video on it, where it's going to be Steven's Safari, and it's going to be him in a safari getup with the the people from the barbershop throwing spears at him, saying things like, there go, what did he say? I posted in the group chat. There go them numbers again.
There go them numbers
There go them numbers again.
There go them numbers again.
You can't be racist to that guy. What can you say that's more racist than that? That's like literally what he said. All you can do is undersell.
So
trying to do an impression.
So just to prove that I did research, here's a graph.
Oh my god, we get it. You do research,
right? I did. Like, I mean, and I can prove to you I did research because here's a graph, right? So look, just to sum all this shit up, I'm not gonna fucking like read this, but political polarization has been rising across the West for quite a while. I think I've talked about this before. Everybody assumes that the way polarization works is like a camel's hump, right? Where like all the centrists are piled up in the middle. Thus, the way to do politics is to constantly appeal to the center. Surely you've like heard all of this like stuff. They've like talked about it like a bunch of times. You got to appeal to the center, appeal to the center. But as political polarization gets worse, instead of becoming like a hump in the middle, you wind up with a more saddle configuration where you get like two spikes on either side, and the number of people in the center begins to decline. Now, once this happens to a certain point, all these people talking about ruling in the center, they're full of shit. It's not going to work. You have to appeal to one of the two poles. And I'm pretty sure that is what is happening. To what degree, again, hard to say. No one's doing research on it. And I find that fucking sussy, honestly. Right. So we got any more super chats? No, everyone's talking about the poll. Okay. You want to talk about Matt Walsh, mate?
How many more do we have before we get to Tika Malam?
Let me see. We've got one more, and then we've got James's message to the MAGA youth, and then we've got the Chicken Alarm. But you know, like, look, you know, we're playing it fast and loose, mate. Right? Like we can jump around if you want.
No, we're good. Keep going.
Okay.
What are you doing? Yeah.
So Matt Walsh is getting struggled. He is.
No, he's not. James is just explaining to him what he's thinking and feeling, and just what he's saying. And he's just, I don't know why you're so mad at James.
Just sell out your friends, Matt. Just sell out your friends. They don't have the right political opinions.
Yeah, it needs to be corrected. That's literally what the fucking guy said.
Do you want to still work at the Daily Wire?
That's why it's a struggle session, because they're only going to stop when you agree with them. That's what a struggle session is. There's no conversation to be had. Doesn't want to have a conversation with them, as we'll see.
I mean, how long do you think Matt has left at the Daily Wire? I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting, right? Like,
I think Matt's pretty well, because Matt does a really good job. It's something that I've used on the channel to say a spicy opinion in a very digestible, vague way. So Matt Walsh does a great job of advocating for white people without saying it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So he's fine doing what he's doing. I mean, for the normies, he's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
He seems pretty chill where he's at. He doesn't care to go into a bunch of detail and suffer all the daggers that are going to come from both sides if he starts, going into it even more, just because of the position he's at. I just have reverence for men in positions of influence and power is what it comes down to. I'm not super critical of them because I don't want to be the guy up there. We have to have people that have influence and power. And so I'm not like super
So who are these people that they can't unify with? Artie, you got any guesses? Let me see. If someone is promoting fascism, denying that Hamas is a terrorist organization, whitewashing Sharia law, or pushing forms of critical theory while arguing we should fight the left with leftist tactics, that's not conservatism, that's radicalism, and there can be no unity with radicalism.
Wow, the left gets a lot done with no unity under radicalism.
Yeah.
Have you seen how coordinated their fucking radicalism is?
Well, they're organized, and they're allowed to be organized. And finally, in our internet Twitter drama roundup.
Oh, yes. Benny, baby. The voice of reason.
The voice of reason. I was actually on his show a couple of weeks ago. Lovely chap. Really, really lovely chap. so Lindsay's like, you must understand, this isn't about a group chat. A ton of younger MAGA is actually like that. Yeah, well, you know they're going to grow older. Like, what do you suggest we do with them, James? Right? You're going to, like, you know, stick him in a re-education camp or something? Like, you realize you can't just exclude all of these fucking people from society, right?
But this is useless. It already went too far. Okay, fat ass. Cool. It already went to notice how he has 2,500 words that takes him 45 minutes to write about absolutely nothing. But then when actually engaging with someone, he's like, it's already gone too far. Like, do you think you're in an action movie?
James Lindsay is a cop on the beat, looking out for the woke right. But it's not just jokes anymore. It's already gone too far.
Yes. Like, what are we supposed to glean from that? Like, yeah, we know that everything has gone too far. Yeah, we're past the point of no return in a lot of places in the Western world, James. Welcome to the conversation. Very good.
Coming this fall, Kosher Cop Part 2.
Oh, God. I wonder if there's a way to use that for Sniper Anon.
So Ben comes out. Ben, I mean, he's very problematic. He's talking with those filthy writers. I can't believe it. Oh my God. Oh, how the Lindsay-ites have fallen, talking with the filthy opposition. I can't believe it. Church lady style language policing is precisely how we got wokeness pouring out of every institution. Correct. Like, look, how is this even disputed?
That's
church lady style.
That's the beautiful thing about James Lindsay, is you're just saying something that everyone's thinking. Like, this is you. How can you be friends with James Lindsay? You would have to not say what everyone's thinking, which is why he can never change his behavior.
Church lady style language policing is not how we move forward and make America great again. Ben really does have a lovely way with words.
He does.
Chef's kiss, right? James is like, stop it! Stop it! Oh my God! Just stop it! Stop saying words!
Did we get a super chat?
We did get a super chat from Name the Dynamic for $10.
Thank you, mate.
Thank you very much, mate.
Very much appreciated.
The number one critique for the Lindsay-ites is that they are dorks. They aren't even cool. They refuse to post for fear of playing into the dialectic. Just needs, though, I believe they are well-intentioned. Well, look, I agree.
I can't say they're well-intentioned anymore. I can't. What is it? Artie's razor? I no longer attribute it to stupidity. I only attribute it to malice.
I think there's been a bit of a turn. I think they believe that they are in an existential battle. And I think that,
like the communists and moose, you mean?
Well, that's exactly my point, right? Like, and the right also believes it's in an existential battle, right? So they reserve.
Yeah, but our kids are getting carved up in the mass migration and the open anti-white sentiment. I just feel like there's a little more evidence for the right.
I know, right? But they reserve the quality of it being existential for themselves and deny it to anyone else, basically. Ben replies, your strategy won't work on them. They want a leader who will inspire them to productive action.
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
James just tried them. Sorry, go on.
James just goes, stop it.
Stop it.
Stop it. Why even fucking write anything, dude? That really is. Name the Dynamic is right. How much of a dork are you? Where you just go, if you said that in person, you're a dork. If you type it, you're a fag. Like, why even type it and send it? Maybe if you're texting someone, I guess. But who leaves a comment to just go, stop it?
Sniper bro, if you're watching this, Sniper Anon, I think this needs to be a new AI clip.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
So Ben is like, your strategy won't work on them. They want a leader who will inspire them to productive action, not chide them for gamer words. You can disregard my advice. I'm not going to mute myself though. To which James replies, my strategy isn't meant to, quote, work on them. I'm talking to adults. You realize all of these kids who you deny are going to be adults soon. I mean, most of them are like in their 20s. Like, when do they get to be adults? When they're ready to grow up.
The only thing that would make what James is saying like a good move politically is if he was going, My strategy isn't meant to work on them. It's meant to work on middle-aged wine moms. Everybody would go, "Oh my God, James is spitting right now." Yeah, that actually is your only demographic that you have any sway with.
Yeah. Okay. I'm talking to adults. When they're ready to grow up, they can come listen. The fucking
Dude,
arrogance,
he just leaves everything up to chance. Like the left secures their victories, and he's like, "We'll just let them make up their own mind." How do you still have that perspective in 2025? Haven't we let people make up their own mind enough?
Once you have achieved the correct ideology, you can come and sit at my feet and suckle on my milky wisdom. My message
I also want to see that as AI too.
My message is enclosed to them, but like your new friends, I don't waste a minute of my time trying to talk directly to them. So cunty.
So yeah, but so what is this democracy or liberty if you're not willing to engage with anyone that disagrees with you? I don't understand what his worldview looks like even to him.
What about the marketplace of ideas, bro?
That's all liberals have. All liberals have is this is what kills me. This is why I hate people that read. I hate anyone that fucking reads. Because, like, how long has the concept of rhetoric been around for? It might be almost as old as the moose, okay? And it's what? Pathos, logos, ethos?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Like, doesn't he understand how to change people's minds? You people that read, and it's
no, but he can't, right? Because he just keeps getting destroyed. Look, what has basically happened, right, is that you have 4chan has now migrated to Twitter. All of these arguments, every single one of these arguments were chewed over and refined on 4chan for 10 years.
That's a really good point.
And
never even thought of that.
These people are on Twitter, and people like James are coming at them with like these same ideas that like were already chewed over 10 years ago, and he's just getting destroyed. And because, of course, he can't actually alter his ideological frame, he's just like, well, we're just not gonna talk to you. The thing is, what this means is that you just gradually lose relevance, especially in the modern world where everyone is like debating, right? Like the whole internet runs now on debate, on people clashing with each other, the exchange of ideas. Like,
or when I make a video, the people doing the debating are feeding the commentary community comment on the debate, because a lot of people don't want to sit there and watch a 3-hour debate that's poorly moderated. They want someone to just give them an opinion of the debate and post some clips about the debate. So I very much appreciate it.
We got some super chats. We got a few of them actually. Name the dynamic for 10 US Federal Reserve dollars. Anything outside SCSR. What is SCSR? I know it's something classical Scottish realism.
Oh, Scottish common sense realism. I hate that I know that. I hate that I know that.
I knew that. I knew that's what it meant. I just didn't know the precise acronym. Is woke to them when chosen as the philosophy that guides governance. This is what woke means to them. Everything else is window dressing. Call your bros a soft N-word. It's fun.
Really?
Certainly is.
Really
is. Thank you very much.
The cherry on top at the end there.
The agile walrus, tiptoeing in with his dancer's legs. For 5 Canadian loonies, when truth is treated as fixed by theory, evidence becomes a side quest, an uncomfortable habit for commies. Indeed. And then you get people basically saying, oh, the truth is fixed because of, Scottish realism. But you're just ignoring all other political theories outside of common sense Scottish realism. There is a rich tradition of political thought that goes back hundreds of years that was written from people who actually did like governing or were like close to governance. I mean, it's just
they're not social justice warriors. They're liberal truth warriors. They swapped out justice for truth. It's their placeholder thing. It's their buzzword. You shouldn't have to. It should be given.
Liberal truth warriors, LTWs. That's not bad. That's not bad.
That's what they are. They just swapped out, instead of justice being the most important thing, they keep saying truth, and it's like, yeah, that should be you shouldn't have to say that. You're probably lying if you're constantly talking about how fucking truthful you are.
I feel like liberal justice warrior has better legs. Like it rolls off the tongue.
They don't have any justice.
Well, I mean, that's part of the thing. I mean, neither did the social justice warriors, right? Like that was the whole.
No, but they actually think they're about justice.
Oh, could we birth our own term, Hardy? I know we're not as exalted as James Lindsay, and we don't have the kind of funding and connections that he does. But do you think we could birth our own term? Is it possible? Do I dare even hope, bro?
I was just riffing. I don't know, but that's what. But because instead of justice, they keep hammering home truth, and they're not truthful. I sent you something on about Scottish common sense realism that I posted to Ben in the Telegram that I want you to show.
Liberal justice warriors. I like it. Big Chris for $2. James totally doesn't watch his wife and the mailman. I think it'd be the Amazon driver. Actually, in 2025. Thank you very, very much.
Updating it.
Right. Okay. So hang on. You want me to? Okay. This is about my Scottish realism.
It's incredible.
I love this meme. It's just
who do you trust more to help save American liberty?
Really?
Conceptual James or this fucking douchebag? And then Benjamin's like, really, dude? Like, you're gonna get worked up about that? Like, did I really deserve to be called a fucking douchebag? Can you really feel the Scottish common sense realism in this post?
Who is this from? Who is it? Paul Galetta? I don't know who that is.
I posted another video of him. He's
talking to his friend. He's kind of like from Chicago, and he's talking about how the communists are coming in, and he has a conversation with his friend who he likes a lot. And for the first 5 minutes, it's him talking about how he knows so many smart people.
Like when you hear, we might have to do a stream on just how these people sound. Seeing them type online how country they are pales in comparison to listening to them.
Look, man, Ben demonstrates precisely how being polite can actually be much more snarky, right? Than just going ham in replies. I mean, look at that snark, right? Ben is an honorary Brit with that level of snark. That he really is truly British levels of snark.
He is very posh,
right there.
But I just but yeah. So all I said was you can really feel the Scottish common sense realism in this post. None of them behave like these great men that they allude to.
Oh wait, it's not in the.
It is.
It's not in.
Take away the picture. Take away the picture. X out of the picture.
Beep. Oh yeah, right. Yes. Name the dynamic.
Oh my god, we gotta start showing some videos, buddy.
Oh yeah, well, God, we're like an hour and a half in. SCSR is the end of history for them. They believe we are in the utopia. The utopia is a mess on purpose because top-down control is tyranny to them. Yeah, it does. SCSR does have a very weird end of history, Fukuyama kind of vibe to it. Christos for 10 British pounds. James's review of Mein Kampf just made Uncle more appealing, which kind of speaks volumes about James's takes. Yeah, I know. It's just weird, honestly. Next he's going to start doing the Communist Manifesto. All these people will be like, oh, maybe Marx did have some good points.
Well, no, I just love how he does 15 hours on Mein Kampf. You just couldn't bother to read Carl Schmitt, though. He's still going to talk about Carl Schmitt. Why didn't he do a whole thing in Carl Schmitt? He talked about him so much.
And then no, that's right. Okay, so hang on, we still have more. So Ben comes back. Ben fires back. Maybe you forgot this, which is one of your several instances of I've seen you attempting to reach the young people. I don't know what new friends you're referring to. He's referring to us, bros. He's referring to us. But I talk to a lot of people who in turn talk to a lot of people. My project is mutual understanding. Mutual understanding. Pa, pa, pa. Talking to the filthy writers. How dare you, sir? How don't you need to shun people? Oh, and I've check this out, bros. I was doing a bit of playing around with Sora myself. So you're making a distinction between people you will address and people you will not. Sounds a bit Schmittian to me, bro. You should watch yourself. If you're not careful, you will turn into a schnozzy.
Look, I've got friends. And I've got enemies.
Kameraden, Feinde, ich entscheide, wer lebt und wer marschiert. Hört auf meine Befehle oder verschwindet. Niemand stellt mich in Frage.
I tried to get it to give him more of a uniform, but Sora was just like, no, we're not doing that. Name the dynamic again for $2. Artie, say Gnosticism and then say Gnosticism.
You see, back when we were Lindsayyites, I would say I was talking about narcissism and I was talking about Gnosticism. But when I say Gnosticism, it sounds like I'm saying Gnosticism. Gnosticism. It's like it's like herpes and hairpiece. Herpes. It's like bacon and beer can. Beer can.
Is there Boston accent, kid?
Yeah. Gnosticism. Which one am I saying? Gnosticism.
I honestly can't tell.
I can't either. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I can't even hear the difference.
So do we
We don't have to.
James's
we don't have to.
message to the MAGA youths?
We don't have to because he takes way too long to do it, and it really, yeah.
Then what else have we got? Oh, we got the chicken all in, but you really wanted to play this, didn't you?
Yes, because any controlled opposition at this point, any globalism is mooery. That's what globalism is. I don't know how you separate globalism from mooery. Now, I still haven't watched this with you. So it's the way that they phrase things, the way that they think of helping the world, and the way that I just want you to focus on how innately duplicitous this is. When you think commies, the left, Marxist, progressives are duplicitous and they're willing to say something and contradict themselves immediately, this is where it comes from. So go ahead.
Okay.
In popular culture, there are those key words that when people say them, other people think, oh, that's Judaism. Hanukkah, that's Judaism. A Hasidic boy walking down the street, fringes flying.
So, like, yeah. Do you see how he's saying the truth in this tone of, like, people think this is Judaism. People think this is when they think this is Judaism. Those are the epitome of Judaism. It's already starting. I got my Moo glasses on now since the last video I made. And I was like, oh, my God. I could just feel the antagonism. Oh, well, yeah, look at really? You think that's Moodyism? Yeah. Yeah, I do. Why are you saying it like that? It's already starting.
What's this channel? Unpacked. Okay.
I don't know what that is, but it's Judaism.
Yeah.
Tissel, Kabbalah, the Western Wall, and Som Gedalia. Not Som Gedalia, that's a minor fast. Among those key words, there's an old phrase that's getting a lot of new, yeah, that's Judaism buzz. And that phrase is Tikkun Olam.
Tikkun Olam.
So,
it sounds like a weird chicken dish.
Oh,
right? Like, go out for like some some korma and a side of Tikkun Olam.
So look at what's written on the fucking screen right now. Yeah, do you think it's getting some Judaism buzz? Does that look like it might be a derivative of something close to that? Do you see how it's like the epitome of Judaism? And he's like, yeah, it's getting some buzz. Here's the new thing that they're calling Judaism. First they were calling Hasidic Judaism. First they were calling this. All things that are the duality is already starting from the very beginning.
That's a weird graphic, right? Like Europe is basically torn in half. I don't know whether I'm reading too much into this, bro.
It literally means fixing the world, but its go-to translation today has become Jewish social justice.
Pause it!
What's Jewish about it?
So on one hand, it's Jewish social justice, and on the other hand, is it? Do you see the duality constantly?
I mean, the duality basically, right, is that if you point out this thing and you're not in favor of it, then it's anti-Semitism. If you point it out and you're in favor of it, then it's awesome.
Then it's the epitome of
the way it seems to work. So if you're like, I'm not in favor of the way they are trying to repair the world because they don't really seem to give a crap what the other people actually inhabiting the world think about it, then then that's very, very bad. But if you're like, oh yes, please repair the world, then that's fine. Like,
but this is where men can be women comes from. It's from people like this, where he's like, he's calling it Jewish social justice and then going, but is it really even Jewish? Even though it's, written in Hebrew? Like, well, how are you? It's the epitome of it, but you're also this plausible deniability somehow.
Yeah, but it's not. I mean, you remember that video we played from the World Jewish Council last week, where it's like, oh yeah, we supported like civil rights and
get ready for
gay
that.
rights and
Get ready
and
for
all
that.
Doom to Coom for 10 US Federal Reserve dollars. I don't know if you lads know much about economics, but what do you think will happen to the global economy as globalism dies? It's got me sweating. Ooh, mate.
That's a long one. That's a long one.
That's a long one.
Do a short one for him.
Okay, so you're gonna see an increasing sort of reliance on national economies. This is going to significantly fuck over a lot of countries that have just decided to outsource all of their stuff to like places like China. China is going to, or they already have, like they're just going to wind up with the whip hand over the West. Now a lot of people think that China's going to like invade the West. I don't think that's true. Like based on China's history, they're much more likely just to use it to stop the West from like fucking with them and sort of reverse the century of humiliation. So they might seek to just humiliate the West, to be perfectly honest, but I don't think they would actually invade. All of these global supply chains are going to have to reconfigure themselves, and it's going to be rough. Yeah, I'm not too happy on it as well. But on the other hand, it may after the sort of dislocation actually improve the lives of the people in those countries, as long as, of course, they can reverse mass immigration.
Also, this guy's phenotype should be illegal in our country. Go ahead.
I mean, who doesn't want to fix the world? Is Tikkun Olam distinctly Jewish, or is it,
Who doesn't want to fix the world? I don't want to fix the world. Oh my... Can we... Oh, fuck.
Yeah, but is it distinctly Jewish, the thing that they call Jewish social justice? Is it? But is it? But it is. But is it? This is...
Don't you want to fix the world? Look, like, could we start with like just fixing the city I live in? Holy fuck!
I know, but when James Lindsay is like contradictions and Marx and whatnot, it's like this is constantly contradicting itself. It is and isn't continually. It's Ouroboros. So like, which one do we just spin a wheel and go? Today it is. When it's convenient, it is, and when it's convenient, it's not. Doesn't that sound like that's how they use their identity? When it's convenient,
basically,
yes. When it's convenient, that's what this is. Now I can't unsee it, and it's making my life difficult to live. Okay, it's everywhere,
bro.
Just a really good secular idea.
Oh, it's just a really good secular idea. Yeah, bro. Right. Communism is just a really good secular idea, bros.
They're just trying to repair the world. Also, it goes, or is it just really secular? Anyway, today on Big Jewish Ideas. Like, dude, it's constantly. That's the first minute. And how many back and forths do we have between it's Jewish, not Jewish?
The phrase Tikkun Olam does.
Big Jewish Ideas. Tikkun Olam, a literal Hebrew term. Is it Jewish?
Dude.
Honka Chonkva. Is it Chinese?
Dude, it's so over the top. I've been waiting to watch this with you for hours.
Fish and chips. Is it English?
Yes and no. It can be. Some people think it is, and some people don't think it is.
Oh, God.
That's everything.
Not show up in the 5 books of Moses or anywhere in the Hebrew Bible.
Oh, yeah, you know why that is? Because it was invented by Isaac Luria after the Spanish expulsion. But bam! I bet are they even going to say that?
It makes its first appearance in early rabbinic literature. Rabbis were fine-tuning laws in order to repair the world, or as they put it, for the purpose of tikkun olam. But it was not yet considered some great Jewish principle or a central tenet of Judaism. As key words go, it was just arriving on the scene. Around the year 300, it appears for the first time in the Jewish New Year's service. Within a prayer called the Aleinu lies the phrase, to fix the world, litaken olam, under God's authority. When the world...
Under God's authority, everyone must kneel while we fix the world. Fuck off.
They don't.
You're not helping, right? I know you think you're helping, but you're not helping. You're making everything. Could you just stop trying to fix the fucking world?
Well, can we agree that this is where the path to hell is paved with good intentions comes from? I mean, what other historical precedent do we have for that? For like, it had to have been in reference to this. How else do you come up with that long ago?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, oh my god.
Under God's kingship, it will be the Messianic era. The world will be healed.
Yeah, the Messianic era. Yeah. And
Yeah,
how is that brought about?
Yeah,
Let me guess. Let me guess. I'm getting like a brainwave here, right? You just try and make as many people get close to God, and it just comes about on its own. Am I getting that right? Or is it like something that must be brought about through human action?
He's just innocently saying that maybe it's a 2,000-year-old tradition of secularists.
Okay.
700 years later, the great rabbi and commentator Maimonides picks up the phrase and says, when you gain wisdom by studying Torah, develop character by doing acts of kindness, and when you observe the mitzvot, the commandments, you bring tikkun olam. You bring God closer to the Jewish people.
Pause it.
If you're keeping track...
Pause it. Now, I'm an atheist. I don't know anything about this. That sounds perverted to me, that we're bringing God to us. We're not moving to God.
Yep.
We are bringing God to us is fucking satanic, dude. Holy shit.
And when we bring him close enough, the Messiah will return. And then after he returns, like Maimonides is
they're calling God over like a dog. Hey, God, come on. God, come here. Come close to us. God, come on. Come on, God, come on.
So, see, Key Buckley in the chat knows his shit, right? Maimonides, I think, was the one who promulgated like the Noahide laws into sort of common circulation. And one of those Noahide laws is the prohibition on idolatry. And the strong interpretation under Maimonides, I can never fucking pronounce that guy's name, right? I got like a retard, is that basically all the Christians would have to be killed because they like worship the cross, supposedly, and the cross is an idol. So, you know, all the Orthodox Christians, all the Catholics, they have to either give up Christianity and, presumably convert to some kind of like, gay race Protestantism, or you're going to get the chop. Just saying.
So far, Tikkun Olam is about Jewish theology and the Jewish community. The rest of the world, it should take care of its own problems. The Kabbalists, Jewish mystics,
then why do we have to deal with the consequences of you guys trying to fix the fucking world? Can't you just like fix your own? Oh.
Now, I just want everybody to realize how easy it is to make these people look like rats. Just look at what the frame he paused on. Jesus Christ. That wasn't even a needle in a haystack. That was just easy. That was like hitting a grain of sand on the beach. You can just pause it anywhere and it looks like that. That's incredible.
And came along and mixed these ideas of messianism and Jewish observance together and added a twist. For the Kabbalists, the world is broken and contains evil because in the moment of creation, divine sparks broke out of God's transcendent side of existence, fell into the crude material world, and unbalanced the universe. By doing good deeds and observing the commandments...
Yeah, that sounds a little, Gnostic to me, right? I'm not an expert or anything, but that does sound a little Gnostic, bro.
Jews send those sparks back to heaven, restore balance to the universe, and bring the Messianic era. And what is more Tikkun Olam than that?
Oh, for God's sake. John Q. Public for 5 US Federal Reserve notes. Crikey. It would be the Moos who have the arrogance to think that they alone can repair the world. Who is this God fellow? It's the Moos, baby.
But that's the arrogance. And what do we see with the left? Always an obsession with self, always the arrogance. So it's all. Dude, I was talking to Fist on the phone a couple days ago, and I was like, dude, it's been the Moose the entire time. He's like, I know. I'm like, no, dude, it's like it's everywhere. It goes, yeah, I know. It was maybe like a 20-minute conversation of me unpacking, just like getting hit with it. That like it's never been the communists. He's like, I know. Keep going. Yeah. Keep talking.
Yeah, it's not the Illuminati.
It hit me like a ton of bricks, dude. Oh my God.
None of that fucking like shit. Yeah, I know.
Flash forward 500 years. When the civil rights movement takes center stage in the U.S. in the 1960s, it is the reform movement of Judaism that takes the phrase Tikkun Olam and turns it into Jewish social action.
Oh, They
Thanks for your
call you a
help.
fucking conspiracy theorist, and then they literally just say it out loud. Like, fuck me.
Oh, you mean like
dude.
how the left does? That they'll just admit to their sins 2 years later and go, "Oh yeah, we did subdue information on Facebook and for the election with the Hunter Biden
Yep.
laptop story. Oh yeah, with COVID. Yeah, that was okay.
Yeah,
They should
that
admit later
was
on.
us. Yeah.
Reform Judaism focused on the key Jewish ideas of charitable works, acts of love and kindness, and justice. But here, that was it.
So
Torah
pause this.
study and ritual command.
Is there Reform Christianity?
No, I mean,
so like Christians need to
could-
realize
you could argue that certain sort of very weak arts branches of Protestantism are sort of like approaching that. Like, they'll take anyone. There's no
even atheists. Can you be an atheist Christian?
Well, not really. Like,
No,
it's
you
basically
can't.
you can't be an atheist and believe that Christ is Lord. You
Right.
can't. It's just impossible.
Can you be an atheist religious Jew?
Apparently so. Didn't you send me like a
That was
because
in the last video in the video I made. Yes.
Because I've actually met people who are like that, and they
Not an atheist ethnic Jew. They are religiously Jewish, Jewish and atheist.
Yeah. Their conception of God is similar to the Freemasonic idea of the grand architect of the universe, or the great watchmaker.
It's just whatever, man. Oh, so you mean like the hippies on the left? How they're like, hey, it's like whatever, man. Could still be a sect of Judaism.
Yes. I mean, look, people, if you ask them, right, like what influence has Christianity had on society, people will be able to like trot out a bunch of examples. But if you say to a lot of people, well, what influence has Judaism had on the West, they would just look at you blankly, and they would say, well, none. But that's not true. That is not true at all. It has had a massive influence on the West, to the point where a lot of Gentiles just think, oh yeah, that's just how stuff is. Like, it's been incredibly successful.
And so just to insert the theme of this, so then I was thinking to myself, it's all the moos, and then I was like, well, Nick Fuentes, who else calls out the moos more than Nick Fuentes?
Yep.
And as like fervently for years. So I just don't understand how that's fed or controlled opposition. Like Nick Fuentes lies and misleads. I agree with that 100%. Not about the moose. What's the lie he's told about them, dude? Okay, he might be misleading and he might lie about things, sure, and he might be contradictory. Not on this topic, though.
But this is the thing, right? If Nick Fuentes said what was in this video, then that would be bad. But these guys saying it in this video is like perfectly fine. Name the dynamic for 10 US Federal Reserve notes.
Thank you, mate.
Crikey, thank you so much, mate. They're attempting to manipulate the material world to bring the Messiah. It won't be Christ, but probably the Antichrist, probably be an AI system, and we will all live in a technocratic digital gulag. Yeah, exactly.
Not an ounce of fat on that comment.
Yeah.
That's how I felt when I came to this realization.
Okay, we got a couple more minutes of this.
Are given secondary roles whose purpose is to protect Tikkun Olam. They keep us from drifting into moral turpitude, as the kids say, but in and of themselves, not so much Tikkun Olam. Tikkun Olam now becomes a point of concern within the greater Jewish community. There are those today who worry that the progressive approach to Tikkun Olam is assimilationist. Doing good deeds is fantastic, they say, but if it replaces Jewish observance and Torah study, then it is devoid of Judaism.
When you say doing good things for people, are you including like the whites in this? Because I'm not seeing sort of a hell of a lot of stuff about the white Christians in this, right? Like, you sort of look back, it's, we help the blacks, we help the gays, we help the commies, we help like the trans, not so much the white Christian. Why do you think
Well,
that is?
you know how the left has like a reputation for eating themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Communists always, communists are destroying their own thing. Hey, on screen it says liberal Jews are destroying their own religion. It's like, huh. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna take the religion and we're just gonna do it just a different. It's unlimited versions. They get unlimited chances. They get to try something new and different over and over and over and over again. Destroy, rebuild, destroy, rebuild, destroy, rebuild. The right don't get to try shit, dude. And that's what I'm advocating for. I gotta see in my lifetime the right be given a shot, okay?
This reminds me of the Berlin Enlightenment. That's like a whole other like thing. Name the dynamic again for another $10.
Jesus Christ, mate!
Jesus Christ. Their god is Ein Sof, a never-ending nothingness where humanity is nothing more than an irritant that was expelled. Humans created not out of love, but an accident. That's their cosmology. That is straight up Gnosticism.
Wow.
That is straight up Gnosticism, bro. That is literally the Valentinian, a slight variation on the Valentinian Gnostic creation myth, right? That how does it go? So Sophia is like trying to create like a pocket universe, and it messes up, and she has twins. And one of the pocket universes, one of her offspring gets trapped in this pocket universe by himself and goes mad and thinks that he is all creation, and that's basically the demiurge, and that's why, you know, Earth sucks, basically. I mean, it's Gnostic as hell.
Progressives counter that for those Jews who don't vibe to the ritual aspects of Judaism, Tikkun Olam gives them a way to engage and take pride in their heritage. And more to the point, Tikkun Olam is a central tenet of Judaism. It's almost the point of everything we do. Today, Tikkun Olam is catching on like wildfire. In Israel, there are over 42,000 registered not-for-profit charitable organizations.
Huh, really?
There's 42,000 in just Israel. How many do you think are in the United States? If there's 42,000 in Israel, and if the first Moose came here in 1650, and the ADL's parent company, international parent company, was made in 1843, how and the left, the communists, the socialists, the progressives have so much access in coordination with our federal government to so many NGOs. How many do you think are in the United States if there's 42,000 in Israel?
Almost like a parallel government, you know?
Yeah. There has to be 500,000 in the United States if there's 42,000 in Israel? There might be a million.
Does anyone even know, right? Like, there's an insane number just in Ireland. They like the Irish government got infiltrated, and they decided like, oh, we're going to basically make ourselves like the NGO headquarters of Europe. And of course, everything's been going great in Ireland, as I'm sure everyone is aware.
2,000, many of them doing Tikkun Olam in their own way. And in the US, that number is many times higher. Tikkun Olam today is, in fact, a multi-billion-dollar charitable industry.
Oh, no, of course it is.
This is an advertisement. This is like timeshare right now. He's like, this is the real moves are listening right now going, billions, huh? Oh, I see what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're putting down. And the Gentiles are listening to like social justice, progressivism, and then the moves are just like billions, you say. Thousands of NGOs, huh? Okay.
You get to help other people and make a killing while doing it. Sounds like a great idea to me, Audie.
So in the United States, between 1.5 to 2 million NGOs and nonprofits in total.
Fuck.
So I would want to know what percentage, but that's the thing. The infiltration, you couldn't even track it.
Oh my God.
Because it's just Tikkun Olam, dude. It's Tikkun Olam. What a wonderful phrase. It means no worries if you have a schnoz.
Dude.
In the US, there are the big guns of Tikkun Olam. They take care of Jewish communities in danger.
Big guns.
Promote human rights. They fight on behalf of immigrants.
Oh, did you see that? Right? Hias?
What?
Right? So Alexander Mayorkas, who was the guy that basically opened the US borders, and was he was basically immigration secretary under the Biden government. He used to be the head of HIAS, the Hebrew Immigration Aid Society. You know, it's fine, right? Like, you know, don't read too much into it or anything, bros. Fucking hell. What a mask off this is. Jeez, man.
Human rights. They fight on behalf of immigrants. Others mobilize Jewish communities to take action and champion the disenfranchised. Others still work to assuage hunger. This one food bank provided 2 million meals last year. In Israel, charitable organizations feed and clothe the poor. There is the Israeli National Food.
Are there a lot of is there a lot of poverty in Israel? I mean, it doesn't seem like, you know, like when I'm reading about like global poverty stats, I can't say that Israel is anywhere near the top of the list or anything. And they'll probably be like, well, that's because of all the chicken olam, right?
There you go. There you go. See, you already know how it's going to go.
Bank, mental health associations, ambulance services. There are organizations that help Jews and Palestinians meet. To Israeli environmental advocacy, there is no end. And the Israeli government itself sends medical teams to places hit by hurricanes and exports trucks filled with water to places devastated by drought. One nonprofit.
I mean, probably only in
So, I mean-
Africa, but you know.
So, I mean, just imagine if, imagine if I went to an Orthodox church, right?
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? Liturgy is just people, it's a feeling, okay? And so I'm just going to expand what liturgy really is and what it really means. And so, what we're doing in a sense right now, Fist, is liturgy, okay? That's like what they're like. Nothing is sacred to them.
Yeah, you sound a lot
this is
like
the
Vatican
precursor.
II, mate, because that's basically what they did to the Catholic liturgy,
Fucking God.
right? Like, we're just going to change like a bunch of stuff. Novus Ordo, they call it the new order. Like,
What is that? A fucking Star Wars character?
The new mass. Why do you need a new mass, right? Well, I mean, it's very old.
Gotta update it.
Fucking hell, man.
It simply calling itself Tikkun Olam relieves people of suffering by sending them new strains of cannabis.
What?
It's whatever. It's whatever, man. We went from 300 AD. We went from 300 AD to now, and it's Reform Judaism, progressivism, and it just all gets mixed and intertwined. It's not a religion; it's a tactic. And as soon as I said that in my head, I went, "Oh my God, this all makes sense now. It's just a tactic."
I gotta mine this channel. Is the rest of the channel all shit like this, or is it?
I don't know.
All right.
All I did was just search for I searched Tikkun Olam and then by most popular on YouTube.
Right.
The list of Jewish charitable organizations seems endless. In the end, Tikkun Olam tracks with many of Judaism's theological arguments, whether the motivation is to bring the Messianic era or to heal the world by working closely with other communities, whether it needs the ritual acts of Judaism and Torah study for it to be Jewish, or it's Jewish simply by living the ethical values of helping God fix a broken world. Either way, when
the world is not broken, you fuck.
No. Did you hear what he said? He said to help God fix the broken world because God needs their help.
Because God needs your help. Right.
Now, I'm an atheist, okay? But I've been spending so much time with the ortho bros where I'm just like, hold on, that doesn't sound right. Even in the brief conversations that I've had about God, like, God needs your help. We're helping. He needs our help. God can't do it without us, is the obsession with self.
I mean, it's interesting.
It's the ultimate narcissist.
It's interesting that clearly their conception of God is quite a limited being, like more like some kind of, I don't know, spirit or intelligence or, like not, God the way the Christians or even the Muslims would understand him.
Community engages in this project, we call it simply Tikkun Olam, Jewish charitable works. Jews and the greater Jewish community in all its forms and interpretations, working hard to fix a very broken world. It is for this reason that Tikkun...
I mean, you're breaking it.
Check the telegram. Check the telegram.
Might I add as well, there is a sort of dark underbelly to this Frankism, right? That has a different view of this, which is that the way to get the Messiah to come back is to break the world so completely that God is forced to intervene. How common this view is, it's hard to say. Like this would be regarded as heretical Judaism, and the like actual kosher Jews, they do not like the Frankists, mainly actually because the Frankists wind up pissing off the Gentiles, and then the Orthodox who just want to be alone, right, get caught up in the trouble. So there's more than one way to slice this. Is what I'm
check the telegram.
Check the telegram. Checking the telegram. What the fuck is this?
Ardent Party just made this in the group chat.
What am I even?
Beekman's World. It's Beekman's World. You know.
I've never seen Beekman's World. I don't
You
even
should
know.
have.
But I'll.
What did Beekman's World mean by this? The fellas operate very quickly. That was with lightning speed. I mean,
lightning speed.
This is within like 10 minutes.
Right.
I just need to. Yeah.
We're on the last legs.
I can't hear anything. Can you hear anything?
Oh, you can't hear anything? Oh, fuck. Wait. There's something going like weird on wait, hang on. Let me reset the thing.
It's you know what it is. You know what he's saying, okay?
Okay, hang on.
I can't believe I made a passing comment that he looked like a rat, and then you put him on. That's a kid show, just so you know, okay? From I think the early 90s.
Just let me check the sound's working again.
Promote human rights.
Okay. I don't know. My audio driver just keeps
terrific,
backing itself.
Awesome. Let's keep pushing forward.
Okay, right. So now we have Tim Heideck. Oh my god, this is look.
It'll be quick.
Can you just go back to beating me with the lead pipe? Like honestly, man, right? Like
this stuff so much, dude. We were prepping today, and he sighed every single time I said Tim Heidecker's name. So
look, man,
fellas in the chat,
you can go anywhere, right? You can beat the nuts. I don't. You just don't make me watch this.
Fellas in the chat, you know that Tim Heidecker is from Tim and Eric. It was a show, and Tim Heidecker got Sam Hyde fired for calling him a Nazi. Okay, that is the backstory. And so Nick Fuentes, I couldn't even tell you how I found this. Nick Fuentes, when he was 22, what is he, 28 now? This is 5 years ago. I think it's in 2020. Because they're talking about Trump being president at some point. Nick Fuentes talks to Tim Heidecker. Now, I need you to understand. I wanted to prime your brain with these moo tactics, okay? Now, Nick makes a very important distinction here, where Nick says you're not mooish, you're acting mooish, okay? And it really stood out to me. This guy's going to be really annoying because he's acting like a moo the entire time. And this is a guy that started to he's been on TV. He does comedy, so he's a Hollywood guy. And I just don't understand how controlled opposition or a Fed at 22 would be talking to this guy and antagonizing him. And I don't know. I've never seen someone that's controlled opposition be so much on the correct side of an issue than Nick Fuentes at 22 talking.
This is so painful to watch, man. This is like literally like when did you stop beating your wife? Okay.
Blue tactic.
You all lubed up, chat. Let's it's time. It's time to feel the pain.
Hello? Nick, are you smaller or taller than Ben Shapiro? Give us the straight. What's your full height, weight?
Spit in my
6'9", what's the deal with the pumpkin on your show that you made it so giant to make you look even smaller than you actually are? Was that a good idea or a bad idea?
Actually, he's written all these down. Him and his team. He's just got like a whole bunch of like.
It's a whole team against a 22-year-old kid. He's a Hollywood guy, and he's got a team of people there. And Nick Fuentes just comes on at 22 and handles him so perfectly. He goes, "Oh yeah, you're supposed to be a comedian. You're not funny."
Really
it just takes
you probably wouldn't understand. You're not. I don't
funny.
get why do you care if I'm funny or not? Why does it matter? What does the relativity of humor have to do with anything in the world right now? Obviously, there's things that I don't think are funny. I tried. Did you watch the new Adam Sandler movie, Hubie Halloween?
No, I don't watch that. I don't watch Adam Sandler.
Okay. I didn't find that funny. I tried watching it, but I'm not going around.
We have the very estrogenic attempt at like, why do you care? Why do you care so much about if I'm funny? Why are you obsessing if I'm? All he did was just say he's not funny, and then all of a sudden it gets flipped around and then completely diverted. All I noticed was tactics here.
Why do you care if I'm funny? What are you, a fucking woman? Jeez.
That's when you know it's a moo tactic. That's when you know.
Making it a big part of my personality about whether or not I like Adam Sandler.
Aren't you a comedian?
Yeah, I'm a successful comedian. I've been doing it for 15 years.
You have 2,000 viewers.
Huh?
I have 10,000 viewers. I'm 22. How old are you?
You have 10,000 viewers on your... Because my audience are actually productive people. My audience are productive people who don't have time to sit around and watch this stupid live stream. They watch and listen at home. They watch later.
Classic. So he's powerful when he needs to be powerful, and he's weak when he needs to be weak. So this is just a stupid live stream. I don't even care about it. Like, oh yeah. So this is October of 2020. So another moo tactic of inflating himself when he has to, and then like, dude, this is just nobody watches this. I don't even care about it. The duality, the constant duality.
Look, I like to let the viewers and the money do the talking, but you're highly successful.
I've been very successful. I've had tremendous success on television, which is a much broader, much bigger, more profitable way to go about expressing yourself.
Not anymore, motherfucker. Not anymore.
2008. That was funny in like 2008.
You missed the announcement that I have a new. Excuse me. You missed the announcement. I have a new show coming on Showtime starting November 8th called Moonbase 8. That's Showtime. It's a paid service. Your audience won't be able to afford it.
Like Dylan.
But
did he say Moonbase 8?
Moonbase.
Oh, right. I thought it was Moonbase. Right. I must have missed.
So listen. So now listen to how Nick Fuentes handles this. What Fed has ever been able to communicate like this? Do you know what I'm saying?
Wait. We got a super chat from Name the Dynamic for 20
Jesus Christ, mate! Feels like me fucking birthday!
Crikey! Wachowski's tee out from watching T-Prawn and learned Kabbalah at a center run by a guy who was a disciple of a Kabbalist, a Hegelian, and a commie.
What?
All celebrities in Hollywood learn Kabbalah at this center.
What is the center?
Inspiration for the Matrix. No shit.
What is that center? That'll be fun to do a little dive on that, wouldn't it?
Name the Dynamic. If you can give us some details of this Hollywood center, that's very interesting.
That sounds very good.
Oh,
but yeah. So what Fed is able? He's 22. Like, when did he become a Fed? That's what I want to know. Because whenever I ask somebody why is a Fed, it's a God of the Gaps argument. It's well, I can't explain this detail about what happened. I can't explain January 6th, which I've also criticized. I can't explain this, so then it must be Fed. Like, well, that's not the definition of what a Fed is or what a Fed does necessarily. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, and also Nick started too young. Like they can't probably get you into Fed school until like at least 25, I think. So yeah, he started too young to be a Fed as well.
And he's been on the internet, and he hasn't. I don't know. Hasn't been a huge shift in his behavior. The only shift in his behavior is he's going easier on Israel now since he's becoming more mainstream, and it's actually genius. They've already tarnished his name so badly that now whenever someone talks to him and he's just normal, it immediately makes him reasonable and likable. Because they've already poisoned the well with him so badly. So now he's on a tear just being, oh my God, it's literally called the Kabbalah Center. Are you kidding me?
Apparently so. Yeah. We got to look into that. We got to look into that.
Starring John C. Reilly and Fred Armisen. That will be running November 8th. So I continue to get tremendous work from the...
Showtime? I think my parents have a Showtime subscription. I'm not sure. I'll have to
Well,
ask
when
them.
you come up from the basement to watch in their living room, you can check it out.
I will. When I come up from the basement, I will ask them if they have Showtime.
He laughed. He thinks you're funny.
You got to think I'm funny, buddy. You've got to
No,
be
it's funny
amused by me. You've got to be impressed with my wit.
It's actually funny. That's actually what I do.
See how he owns it? He lives in the basement with his mom.
Where's all the hate coming from, Nick? Why can't you just be it seems like your side has won.
Calling someone else hateful. This is what the Lindsayyites do now too.
Yeah.
You are hateful. Who else does that aside from the aforementioned group, dude?
You just need to go outside and touch grass, right? Why do you care so much? You know, why have you got all of this hate? Like, shouldn't you be doing something more productive? Like, just let us get on with running the world. You know, stop criticizing us.
Now, I don't know who's going to win the presidential election. It doesn't look good for Donald Trump, but you guys can't seem to be satisfied with anything. When are you going to admit that you've already won, but nothing's gotten better for your audience? You're
Yeah, you've already won. I mean, nothing's changed. There's been no substantial reform. All the institutions are exactly the same. But you've
cities
won.
were on fire at this point in the summer of love. By the way.
Yeah, you've cities are burning, but you've won. Like, holy shit, man.
You're a propagandist.
Dead.
Yeah, he's reading all of this, right?
The audience, your audience.
I think he's running out of script now because, like, watch how his train of thought starts getting more.
Oh my god! Look at his chat.
Crap.
Look at his chat. See, like, is it feds? He has real people. He has real engagement. So I was trying to show you what fake engagement looks like.
Their lives haven't improved.
The wall's still not built for some reason.
You don't even know who my audience is. Who are you talking about?
Believe me, I know who your audience is. I don't know what they look like because they hide behind these ridiculous anime Pepe.
Well, yeah, because if they show faces, you would tattle on them to their employers, like you did to Baked Alaska. You go on Twitter and you tag their employer and say, "Oh, this person is anti-Semitic. Could you fire them from their job?"
I didn't say that. Why don't you tell me? Why don't you tell your audience?
So pause it. Since he didn't say that verbatim, this is what the Lindsay's do all the time. I didn't say that. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm paraphrasing the effect of what you said and what you did. Sorry, you just tagged people. You didn't say that exact phrase. Like, that kind of specificity of I technically didn't say that. It's very mooish.
Nick Nielsen for $5 US. Fuentes is definitely authentic. The question is just, was he compromised to push Kamala in 2023 and keep doing what he does to increase visible persecution of the moves?
I really want to make this clarification, okay? When you're at the upper echelons of influence in society, not only that, but going after the moves for as long as he have, you're going to be very scorned, okay? when literally everyone turns their back on you. So yeah, I can imagine that he just doesn't give a fuck, especially he's young. Like, he's not an old guy. Like, I would imagine being very pissed off and going, fuck everything. I'm going to do the most opposite thing I can do possible. I think that's all that really was.
Yeah. I mean, this is the other thing as well. If he was a Fed, surely he'd have unified messaging, right? Because he'd be, if he was a Fed, he'd be being passed what to say by whatever glow organization would control him. So he would have like unified messaging, surely, right?
I know, but like, wouldn't we be able to detect his talking points? You can always tell when somebody, like, you can tell Lindsay's talking, the Lindsayite talking points. That's all you engage with. Same thing with the left. They have talking points. Same thing with milquetoast conservatives. You can hear their talking points. Listen to Ben Shapiro, you hear talking points. What's Nick's talking points? He just seems to have an earnest conversation with people. I don't know what it's like. He doesn't have a script that he reads. So, but what would his function as a Fed be?
Well, his talking point is America first, fundamentally. Right?
I'm trying to find how it makes sense that he's a Fed or controlled oppositioner. Okay, like there's the Kamala. So this is a great example. January 6th and Kamala Harris. Those are two great examples. But they can be explained with other, like, it's not enough to be a Fed, though. It's not enough to, like, what is he subverting? What is he subverting the right? Or is James Lindsay subverting the right? James Lindsay's trying to, but James, you said this earlier, Fist. James Lindsay's helping the right. So I don't even know if James Lindsay is controlled opposition because it's Mr. Magoo shooting a gun and it curls 180 degrees and blows up in his face every time. His shoes, I actually looked up rake shoes to try to make a James Lindsay meme where his shoes are made out of rakes and every step he takes, he gets smashed in the face with a fucking rake at this point.
Yeah, well, because he's talking to people living in urban hellscapes while he's living in like nice white Nashville. This is a fundamental fucking problem. For him, there is no existential crisis. Like, he's not, like, Nashville's lovely, right? Like, you can imagine like living in Nashville and like looking around and being like, what's everyone so pissed off about?
Right.
Man, when I was in Nashville, right, the one homeless person that I met was actually really nice. He was like this
that you met. You actually met a homeless person.
I did. It was this busker white guy carrying like a guitar case, and he comes up and he's like, you know, have you got any spare cash? And I'm like, you know, I just, you know, I was just like wandering around the city, and I was like, no, I think he asked for a cigarette because you know how that goes, right? You escalate, right? And I'm like, yeah, man, I got a cigarette, and I thought I'd, you know, chat with him, and because homeless are often a really good way of finding out about a city because they're on the ground. So I was like, you know, yeah, sure, like have a cigarette, like, you know, let's chat. Really nice guy. Didn't feel in any way like threatened or like he was gonna like steal any of my shit. It was just a busker, like a ex punk kind of like thing. Lovely city. Name the dynamic for another $5.
Christ, mate, keeping the lights on in the capsule.
Thank you very much. Name the dynamic. I think we've nearly got our payment for the cryogenic pod. Ignoring chicken oil puts moose in danger. Lindsay'ites are the moo's greatest enemy, adds tension, pushes acceleration. I keep trying to tell them, but they won't listen. No, well, they don't. They won't listen because in their mind, it's everybody else doing the acceleration. Everybody else is subject to the dialectic except them. It's like this privileged quality. You know how they're always talking about how leftists believe in this privileged quality and Gnostics believe in this privileged quality. Well, they believe that they have the privileged quality to escape the dialectic. But if the dialectic is everywhere, as they so claim, then surely they are trapped within it.
Everyone...
No, we are not subject to the dialectic. All you filthy rightists and leftists, we are above the dialectic. Well, fuck off.
Everyone else is getting botted, right? They're not getting botted.
Okay.
Why don't you tell your audience what I actually said instead of hyperbolizing it?
What you actually tweet about, you tagged YouTube and YouTube.
Doug, you are not happy.
You said
I heard a big sigh.
Oh, that was me. That was me.
Oh, yeah, I wonder why that guy's not happy. Pause it. Why do you think that guy's not happy? Can you tell anything about how he looks as to why? What hair type is that? Not quite straight. Not completely curly. I wonder why this guy's mad.
Appalachian phenotype. Yeah, right.
Oh, dude, that guy's from Connecticut, all right.
Yep.
Why even give this guy attention? I mean,
I think the audience. It's like the audience.
No, it's
the audience.
Let him go.
I have to fess up. I told that his fans that if they raised $400 in the chat, we would put them on.
Well, no. You know what? I get accused of silencing people. I get accused of canceling people. I want you to understand, Nick, that I don't have that control.
Did you see that? Someone just donated like $100 to the chat to cut him off.
Dude, they have no money. His fans have no money, dude. It's crazy, right?
Because either
why did you tag YouTube then? If you weren't trying to get him kicked off YouTube, why did you tag YouTube and YouTube support on Twitter? You're a verified account.
Yeah.
You know they'll see it if you're a verified account. Why would you tag them if that wasn't your intention?
My intention is entirely to let people know that what I saw, the harassment of that woman as a user of YouTube, as somebody that uses the platform. I said this earlier in the show.
So he goes from having a Showtime show to now just being a user on YouTube, of YouTube, and now he goes from having a lot of power to puff his chest to being just a normal, regular one of you people in no time at all whatsoever. I can't unsee these tactics now. It's unbearable.
I mean, this is a great demonstration. Like so many of them in such a short period, it really highlights it.
Is something that I find disturbing.
Nick,
okay?
did you say?
So,
Nick,
but did that have any effect on whether he was pulled? What about the macing? What about the macing?
Hitting a guy with his car. Nick, I want to ask you: Did you say Baked Alaska is a runaway slave, and Tim and Vic are house N-words chasing him down?
Yes, that is exactly how.
Why did he delete it though? Why did he delete it?
So they're just clearly trolling over his like Twitter accounts, like just typing in naughty words, trying to like find stuff.
That Moo in the red headband looks scared as he's asking these questions.
So they can get him to denounce what he's already said.
Right.
And Nick, of course, is doing the correct response, which is to be like, yeah, I said it, fuck off.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's so, there's unexplainable things, but he's been in the public eye for 10 years in a very controversial way. So I just saying Fed and just be like, yeah, he's a Fed. It's like, it's just a boring conversation. It's like calling things woke right at this point. It's like, do you have something substantial as to why he's a Fed, or like, I don't know. It's just, it really makes a conversation boring just to like call people Feds.
We keeping going with this?
Yeah, I want him to say that he's not mooish. He's using he's acting mooish.
And
Yeah. Why did I delete it?
is that cowardly?
No, probably because it would have.
Why did you say the Jews will not cancel the year of baked Alaska? Why do you call us Jews? What is that about?
What is the problem with being Jewish? I'm not Jewish. Vic's not Jewish. Matt is.
You're acting in a subversive manner.
Oh yeah. Why don't you call us Jews now then?
Yeah, call me a Jew.
Call Tim a Jew.
Call me a Jew, Nick.
Are you Jewish?
Huh?
Why are you asking now, though? Why don't you just call us that?
Yeah, what? First of all,
call us a Jew. It's an insult, right?
Why is it being Jewish an insult to you, Nick?
It's not an insult. That's just how you are. It's descriptive.
Okay, there it is. That changed my life when I heard that. I'm not mad. It's just descriptive. It is descriptive. It's a tactic. Go ahead. That's like, this is the same. This is where the Black Americans get this from. Call me the N-word. Call me the thing you're not, call me the thing that I know that you're going to get in trouble for if you call me it so I can attack you. I mean, white people don't have any of these. Unless, of course, they're on the left, which is just mooish. Unless, of course, then you have
to be gay or trans or a woman or something like that, basically.
Okay. Now we can get to our favorite part.
Okay. So we have, should we skip the tweets and go to the
I really do want to show how duplicitous James Lindsay is being. This actually genuinely pissed me off. Okay. So I saw James Lindsay. He's done this with Dave Smith, where he goes back and forth. I put it in a couple of videos where he's like, he is woke right, he's not woke right, he is woke right, he's not woke right. And which is one thing. But like with Matt Walsh, he actually claims that so what does it say with Matt Walsh if you want to scroll down? So James literally told me no explicitly. So this is about building a coalition, extending an olive branch. James literally told me no. James Lindsay said, to be frank, I didn't tell you no. I said I refused to unite with others and asked you who I'd have to put up with in the name of uniting, which you then threw a fit about. Textbook Darvo. Now, I want to show where James Lindsay literally said no. So if you want to go down to my other post that's there. Yeah.
Here we go.
Go to the right.
Uh-huh.
So this person says, you should actually engage in conversations with him instead of these stupid online skirmishes. You guys should actually talk. James Lindsay says, no, we should not.
No, we should not. We don't talk to you filthy rightists.
So he's denying. He's like, no, I'm not going to talk to Matt Walsh, which is really creepy that Jordan Peterson, when he had Matt Walsh on, he's like, you should talk to James. James doesn't want to talk to him. There's a weird, creepy syndicate, which has to be mooish. I don't know what else it would be. But why is Jordan Peterson trying to tell Matt Walsh to talk to James Lindsay when James Lindsay is the one instigating all of these fights and refusing to talk to Matt Walsh? It's that feeling. I'm starting to get the moo feeling, dude. I'm starting to get the J-Spergs hard. I'm getting a case of the J-Spergs, dude.
Speaking of which, name the dynamic for another $5, mate. We're
mate. Jesus Christ!
I'll raise a glass to you. Name the dynamic. I'll have a therapy beer and I'll be like, oh, name the dynamic. Thank you so much, mate. How have you not done something with moose and your lol cow milking gimmick? There is gold there. It's a really good.
I know. Point. I put the emojis in chat that I have so far. I think the more members I have, the more emojis I can make. So I think I can make 4. I'll have to check and see what more emojis I can make. But I honestly want there to be a wall of moo emojis for when we're talking about the moos, where I want to say, fellas, just fill it up, and it's just all moos in the chat. So
Lindsay is now basically doing the sour grapes thing. He's like, well, who would want to be the leader of a group of race identitarians and Machiavellians? I don't want to be your leader. Even if you begged me, I wouldn't come back, bros. Everyone's like, yeah, fuck off. No one fucking cares. And then,
oh, nice, yeah.
Woke right is what you get when people get exposed to leftism without having the essential core necessary to resist it. Like all wokes, nothing is their fault. They sacrifice their own agency and think it means liberation. Minds enslaved by leftism. No one on the right be talking about liberation, right? This is not.
Yeah,
this is not.
He needs it to be equal and opposite. It's mathematical.
This is not a term that anyone on the right uses. Liberation is a left-wing term. The right just want, like, you know, basically functional countries. Like, oh my fucking God, right? A bit more like, you know, Christianity in their government, like maybe less like trans and like immigration and like, you know.
Yeah. Now let me see if this can make more sense, okay? The moo right is what you get when people get exposed to leftism without having the essential core necessary to resist it. Like all moos, nothing is their fault. Every time, dude. If you just swap out, can we have some sort of... Does anyone do any software engineering where I can just replace woke with
moo?
Jew? Because I got in trouble for doing this in a video. But like, if you just switch that, you're not allowed to say that because it's so unbelievably true.
Yeah.
Play the video?
Oh, we want to do the video?
Yeah, I'll check it out. Because what Nick is saying is anybody will hear this and go, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, this is very based. No lies detected. Man, it's a good clip.
And then all James can do is go, stop it.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. From Ardent Party for 1488 Canadian loonies. Thank you very much, Ardent. Amazingly, it works on mobile. 10 are the thing. The rest are for fun. Find me over on X, fellas, and fellas with a hard R's. But remember, James Lindsay is the Draken Lord of political discourse. Cheap ads are cheap. Ardent, what is Ardent's Twitter at? Do you know? Is he just at Ardent Party? I think he's just at Ardent Party. Check him out. He is Canada's Alex Jones. He's a good lad. He's a good lad.
Yes, he really is.
Sexiest, voted 2025's sexiest thumb, actually. Right. Okay, so now my sort of take on everything that's been happening recently is that what is interesting about this whole affair is it demonstrates that the laws of power, like the laws of economics, are ironclad. And it doesn't matter what ideology you espouse, sooner or later you must reckon with them. Economics is a good comparison because it operates the same way. Regardless of your ideological position, the law cannot be escaped. Now, this is in my opinion, like just descriptively true. I'm not being proscriptive here. I'm not like, oh, I'm glad that it works this way. I am just making a factual statement. The laws of power are ironclad.
Yeah, but why do you want it to be that way?
This is why you get
that's how a Lindsayite would fucking respond.
Yeah. Why do you want it to be that way, right? we like they're literally like the way communists are with economics. They're like, economics, right? Like that's a gay law. We should disregard this gay law. You can't disregard the laws of economics. You cannot disregard the laws of power. This is why people on the left and the right have come to the same conclusions about the laws of power.
You're saying they're the same. So you're saying the left and right are the same. That's what it's like talking to them, dude. I mean, I'm gonna lose it.
This is why, right? If you want to learn about power, the gaining of power, the wielding of power, the holding of power, you can read Pareto, you can read Machiavelli, you can read fucking Lenin. And I am not a fan of Lenin, but the motherfucker knew how to wield power. He was brutal. He's fucking like a medieval warlord. And
we still have Marxist-Leninists, for fuck's sake.
The Lindsayite centrists are just I don't even know what political theory they actually hold to. It just seems like it's basically...
Let's get to this James Lindsay video, dude.
Rock and mill. Anyway,
let's listen to his answer. This is how they feel. This is what they know. This will bring them salvation, and it's the power of fucking nothing. Okay. There's nothing more they love than bureaucracy to do absolutely nothing.
Look at this bullshit, right? This is James's attempt at an individual meme, at an original meme. Oh, mate, he's not a good
scroll down from that. X out. Scroll down.
Well, no, wait. So Ben is basically saying an individual liberty is when you can only get from one point to another by closely following a narrow path laid out for you and must heed a central authority that directs your movement so you don't run into someone else, which is precisely how a train works. Okay.
Hold on. Can you just click on the picture? I need you to show Dongus Cox meme that he did. Click on the original post.
Yeah, here it is. Is this the one?
Scroll up. So hold on. I need him to get the credit. X out, scroll up. Yep. And then click on the actual, not the picture, but James's post.
Oh,
yeah.
Right. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, we're going to get lost in there. There it is. There he is.
Dongus
Cox is done. And it was hitting, dude. I'm telling you, fellas, at the beginning of the week, things were popping off.
Yep.
Oh my God. And he was getting some quote posts. He was getting some likes, dude. He was putting in some work. And it was funny. I said that to him, but he goes, yeah, it's been a little slow at work. So he's just putting in some elbow grease.
Very, very nice. Okay, so James's solution to our current problem: do nothing, bros.
We must win by the book. We have to be better. We have to be the bigger people here. Okay, this is how a child. This is how things are explained to a child. My parents told me that even though I'm not in the wrong, I still should say I'm sorry because I'm going to be the bigger person.
And all of this works during normal times, but these are not normal times. It really makes me wonder, like, at what point the woke centrists are going to get this? Like, do we have to have, like, literal Stalinism before they'll be like, oh, yeah, actually, so these aren't normal times. Like, maybe we should consider, like, drastic measures.
Yeah, and I know this. I know this is, like, super just random and fantastical and out of the realm of reality, but what do they have to start cutting kids' tits off for them to wake up?
I mean, like, imagine, if you will, right, like a situation where, like, a country like England, for example, just has, like, hundreds of thousands of their, like, young women just, like, completely violated by, like, migrants. Imagine if that happened. I mean, that would be terrible, right? Good thing nothing like that's ever happened.
Okay, now seriously, what fucking has to happen to wake them up?
I know, right?
Okay, I'm being serious again. But this is controlled opposition. Okay, this wants you to do the function of this controlled opposition is for the right to do nothing. You don't want to be like the left, do you?
Yeah, you don't want to be like the left. Fast.
Hey everybody, it's James Lindsay. You're listening to New Discourses Bullets, where I give a short bullet point like summary of a single topic from woke that we need to understand so we can defeat it. Thank you for your support of New Discourses. Be sure to like and subscribe and tell your friends. I want to talk to you about a very important topic today, and that very important topic is that when we fight back against woke, everything we do has to be by the book. Everything has to be above board.
Who wrote the book, James? Just out of curiosity, right? Like, you know, given that the book has been scribbled on intensely by communists for like 50 years at this point, are you saying that perhaps the book should be slightly reformed, or should we just keep using the scored and scarred copy of the book?
It's the one and only book. The book.
The book.
We don't have the luxury of being able to bend the rules in our own favor, or to break the rules, or to invent new rules so that we can get things done. And
I'm pretty sure that's how, like, legal precedent works, man. Right? Like, you know, like, call me crazy, but doesn't law evolve? Like, oh, for fuck's sake, man. Oh my God.
There are a couple of reasons. The main reason is that the left is, in fact, masters of propaganda. We are not as good. People who tell the truth, let me be clear, it's not about left and right here. People whose orientation is toward the truth are not good at propaganda.
That is a lie.
James,
why did you make this lie?
Don't drag me in with you sucking, okay? I am great at propaganda, and I tell the truth all the time. Don't lump us in with you, buddy, okay?
The original conception.
Out of all the times for him to collectivize, he's like, now we aren't as... No. This is the one time you should be an individual. You suck at it, okay?
The original conception of propaganda was to tell the truth. Propaganda was literally just meant to be public messaging, but it was an original principle of propaganda that you should always use the truth. It was only like later when the communists took it over that the name became sullied because they just like used it to lie all the time. The right are not bad at propaganda. Look at the fucking meme war. It is the left that sucks at propaganda because they fucking lie all the time.
That's such a good point. The left can't meme.
And they all
Yeah, exactly. And memes are propaganda.
also tend not to be good at understanding the power of propaganda or the degrees to which propaganda will be used against them. So what will happen reliably following things that we've discussed many times in the past, like from Beautiful Trouble or Saul Alinsky's Rules for Radicals, the principle, your target's reaction is your real action. Their goal is to get you to react badly and to do your enemy.
So does he ever try to draw a reaction out of it? Is he trying to draw a reaction out of Matt Walsh? And then when Matt Walsh has a reaction, James Lindsay goes, "Oh, I don't know why you're acting that way."
No, that's different, man. I can't tell you how it's different, but it just is.
I intuitively know. Thumb through the book, and the book will tell you how it's different.
This is what I mean about like the rules of power, right? Say what you want about Alinsky, his shit works. Say what you want about oh my god, who's that guy that wrote like the 150 like principles for like Democrat, like to like fuck over governments. Oh, his name's on the tip of my fucking tongue. Indivisible, like love to use his like stuff.
You going?
Anyway, like the rules of power are the rules of power, regardless of who elucidates them.
Do the media's work for them. So they're good at writing a script and a story and a narrative that's going to be fed to the media to interpret everything that happens in a way that's favorable to them and escalate strategically. They know what they're doing. They're activists. They're trying to provoke reactions. We've gone over those principles from Beautiful Trouble and Saul Alinsky's.
Gene Sharp.
Oh,
My brain kicked it up. Yeah, Gene Sharp. It makes very interesting reading, actually, by the way.
But I love how James thinks that the media is an entity that is not related to the left. See, I mean, they give these narratives to the... It's top down. The media desires certain narratives.
When he says the right isn't good at propaganda, he's doing that thing where he's basically saying the right is not the right. Like we are the true, the milquetoast sort of, conservatives like that don't conserve shit. Like we are the real right. Yeah, and you suck at propaganda again because you can't fucking tell the truth.
Lethal projection, though, James. Like you suck at that. And then the people on the right that are good at it, he calls them woke right. It's just jealousy. That's all it is, which is very moo. Very moo.
He does suck at propaganda. Like
No, we do. The right does, not him.
His memes are garbage, kid. Like, like occasionally, like a half decent one will drift across my timeline, and I'll be like, okay, all right, like you are improving, right? There's like a scintilla of like possibility, and then he'll just go back to like the same fucking. He just goes on like meme generator and just like types random shit.
Well, he's just like he never improves. It's just like the left. There's never an improvement. It's the same thing over and over again. Maybe have you noticed he dialed down calling them woke right?
I have noticed that. I have noticed that. Do you think it's because Netanyahu did the whole woke Reich thing and took it too far?
No, I think it's because he actually is human and is suffering fucking critical damage. I think he's on 1 HP, I think is what's happening, and he needs to regain his stamina. So he's trying to take a breather because he's been taking a fucking beating for the past few months.
Nate, he should take a vacation or something, get away from the internet for a couple of weeks. Like, oh my God, dude.
Rules for Radicals, which by the way is dedicated to Lucifer. If you didn't know that, it's worth knowing. So we've been over that stuff before. What you have to understand is that if we decide that the rules, the Constitution, the law, the rule of law, whatever, don't apply, then that will be used against us. Not it can be used against us. It will be used against us.
Oh, okay. So hold on. Let me get this straight. If we break the rules, we have to remember that they are also going to break the rules. Now, what I want you to remember, James, is that if we follow the rules, they're still going to break the fucking rules. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God, dude. My body's warm right now. I'm so angry.
Listen, man, right? Like we may be like dragged off, right, by the, the mob of basketball Americans, right, and killed and stuck in a ditch, right, and have like, everything stolen from us. But at least we did it following the right rules. Wait, have I got that freaking stone toss meme?
Yeah, but like,
I wish I had that. There's a great stone toss meme that just elucidates this point perfectly. There's like, two dudes kneeling next to a ditch. Like one of them's like, well, at least he didn't break the rules. And the other guy's got a gun against his head, you know?
But he's acting like that if we follow the rules. No, but he's not, though. He's already acknowledging that if we follow the rules, they're not going to follow the rules. So he does acknowledge that.
Yeah.
But we need to remember that that's why we're breaking the rules, because we remember that they're going to break the rules. How do you explain this to them? It's so simple.
But the thing is as well, right, is that the real rules are the rules of power, right? Like, oh my God, it work right, detected. No. These rules always exist. They are just concealed during times of peace and times of plenty when power is obscured, right? And then everyone like gets into this like happy circle joke. Oh, yeah, we can disregard the rules of power now, right? I mean, thank God we don't live in Machiavelli's world. You never left Machiavelli's world. It's just that the exercise of power has been concealed from you. Power is still arbitrary. There is still corruption. People still make exceptions. There is still friend and enemy. It has just been concealed from you.
Did we get a super chat?
Now it is coming into the right. Yeah, sorry, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Fucking Creamer Slinger, slinging that cream, $5 US.
Thank you,
I
Mike.
know I'm late to the party. Hello, Artie and Fist, harder fellas. The Slinger of Cream is back.
Fuck
Hashtag
yeah.
Kung Fu Lindsay. Good to see you, Creamer. Thanks for coming along, mate.
Dude, the Kung Fu Lindsay really is the James Lindsay embarrassment with martial arts and the hands that hurt and the hands that heal. Even if something happened to both of us tomorrow and we weren't here anymore, that the world at the very least has that from us, and I'm proud of that.
So I can get that engraved on my fucking gravestone.
Dude, and people would think it's so deep. Don't tell anyone. For the rest of your life, act like it's a really deep thing on your.
Oh my God! Holy shit!
Look, for example, at how woke activists, and this is true left and right, but the left is more relevant because they have more power, more institutional strength, and so on. Look at anywhere that they've taken a position of power and you try to remove them on completely justifiable grounds. What happens? They entrench, they throw a fit, and the story comes out about how fascists are doing this and all the enemies of democracy are doing that. They run with the story like crazy to try to smear the people who are taking them out of power. I'm happening to read a book right now about the...
So James, right, I know this might strike you as literally an amazing thing that you have not thought of. What if everyone just fucking stops believing the media? What if the media, through a constant, repetitive, iterative process of this bullshit, just loses its credibility to the point where no one gives a shit anymore, right? Like, oh my God, the media, they're going to write a hit piece on you, maybe the New York Times. And suddenly you get a situation where the New York Times writing a hit piece about you, a whole bunch of people are like, based. Like, no one, does anyone fucking trust them? Like, I have looked into this. Trust in media in the West is so fucking low. It's not even a joke. It has been declining precipitously since like the 60s. COVID took like a massive knock on it. No one trusts the media.
Well, it's a propaganda arm of the left because a lot of them have like, let's say Steven Crowder has like 30 employees. Like Jimmy Kimmel is like not pulling in as much money, not pulling in as many viewers. And he has like 70 employees. Like it's all bloated. It's like what Twitter was before Elon took over.
Yep.
It's just bloated, and they don't care if it fails because they can't fail because they're doing the right propaganda. Do we have super chats?
Yep. Name the dynamic for another $5.
Jesus Christ, mate.
Christ. Thank you very much, mate. I truly do think James is in it for the love of the game, not on a specific play role. Probably. I'm not sure if I don't know. Are you saying he does it for free? Basically?
We could have a weekly roundtable of what we think is going on with James. Nobody knows, and we've talked to some people that know James, and they ask us questions too. Like, what do you think? It really is up in the air. It's a fascinating mystery because on one hand, he has to be getting money from somewhere. He doesn't have the engagement to be sustaining an income. Maybe through his Patreon, but I genuinely doubt it. But on the other, like, does he really think? I don't know, because I've seen this conversation with Brett Weinstein, and he is this fucking stupid. So
I don't know.
he might not be doing it for the. We can't imagine being, however James is, we can't imagine being like that. So it's the ultimate plausible deniability.
Jacob Cantrell for $5. Good to see you, Jacob. He's a good Twitter follower. Follow is Jacob. Had much of a back and forth with him. Good to see you, mate.
Fuck yeah.
They pretend not to understand things. Doesn't just apply to leftists. Remember, these people are the disaffected liberals from 2016. Yeah, that's a really good fucking point.
Wow, that's a razor sharp point, because it's really just it's the left and liberals against the right, and the liberals are thinking that they're not the left.
I should start bringing out that woes tweet when I'm arguing with the centrists. Say, like, just make like a little edit of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The attempted Hungarian Revolution in 1956, where they tried to throw off Soviet rule as a satellite of the USSR, and they have this revolt. The Russians come in and utterly crush them, and the Russians, the communists, or the Soviets, I should say, were able to put out a propaganda push that convinced a large part of the world that it was a fascist revolt, not an actual genuine Hungarian revolt. A fascist revolt that was fomented by the United States, and luckily some of the message was able to get out from Hungary itself that dispelled those rumors, so they didn't take. But had that not happened, it's entirely plausible that the world would have been convinced that the Soviets actually had suppressed something awful, like a resurgence of Nazism or something.
Is James arguing that the Hungarians should have done nothing to resist the Soviets, lest they be tarred with the label of being fascist? Is that what he's like trying to say?
I don't know what he's trying to say.
Like, what the fuck is this crazy?
It's what it's the pretzel he has to tie himself into. Also, I'm almost positive there's a point where he cannot say friend or enemy, and I forget what he does instead of friend or enemy. He has an alternative theory of friend. I forget what it is.
Like that, or fascism in Central Europe, and so or East Europe. It's an amazing fact of these manipulators, dialectical manipulators, that they can spin a narrative like you wouldn't believe. And so if you bend the rules, break the rules, or invent new rules in order to get
all right, okay, so the Hungarians should have resisted the Soviets by following the rules. Okay? What are you talking about?
Master Shake just said, you guys should watch the James Queer militancy video. He spends the whole time comparing Matt Walsh to being queer. Dude, I can't. Do we just make it the James Lindsay? Like, it's I don't know what to do. Okay,
I'm gonna watch that.
I want to do that. I want to do other things.
That, man. I'll make some like timestamps. Oh, queer Matt Walsh is queer. Awesome. Okay, thanks for the recommendation. I gotta watch that.
Yeah, I don't thank you for the recommendation. Okay? I watch enough as it is. I don't need anything more on my plate that I have to watch.
To get something done against their entrenchment, you must expect that they will turn that against you so quickly and so effectively that you will lose a lot of your public support, even if the public broadly agrees.
Is he talking about himself right now? Dude, every time it's Dear Diary, and then he starts talking, and then he fucking uploads it.
So just let the communists destroy your country. You're
gonna ruin your reputation. Okay, well, I thought you don't care about that.
Wasn't Hungary the country that was ruled by that dude who was really into kitty diddling and like made the entire Hungarian education system about that? I'm sure James has actually covered that on a previous podcast. I can't remember the guy's name, but man, what the fuck? Like, what you're just supposed to like? Obey the rules. What fucking rules? What the communists are like obeying the rules, are they?
But this is why people respect communists more than the woke centrists. It's because the communists have a prescription of what to do against their opposition. They have nothing. That's why it's so frustrating. At least with communists, you go, okay, revolution. Okay, yeah. I understand the enemy. I don't understand the enemy of the woke centrist.
I think he is projecting. I think he's basically saying,
you fucking think?
If he steps out of frame right? Like he will be pummeled, but he's being pummeled while staying in frame. Like it's like oh god.
I know.
For example,
It's so retarded.
as it does with removing illegal immigrants or aliens from the United States or other countries. Even with broad public support, if you decide to do this in ways that violate the law or people's understanding, you've seen the arguments they've levied about due process and how ugly and complicated they got.
Yeah, and just out of curiosity, what has public support been like for the Trump administration that has seriously pared this down? Public support has been fucking awesome. Every single time they just, deport the fucking migrants, the public are like, yeah, we support this. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Imagine if Trump was like, oh, but what are they going to say about me? would we have Trump if Trump listened to James Lindsay?
Oh my god!
Oh, imagine what they'll say.
Dude,
God.
he probably vote in fucking Kamala and be like, this time, it won't be so bad, bros. Oh
all right, now that Kamala's president, now we're gonna win by the rules, okay?
Yeah, now we're gonna win by the rules. So that literally, the race communists destroy your entire fucking country. Jeez, mate.
This is how they operate. So if you decide to bend or break the rules, here's what's going to happen. They're going to make this narrative, and you say, so what? All they do is make narratives. We need to just get something done. But you don't understand. This is not a competition between two teams. It's not that.
Yes, it is. It is absolutely a competition between two teams. Like, what the fuck? He is caught up in the centrist delusion. Remember what I was talking about before about ruling from the center? Yeah. He still thinks we're living in 1980. When the vast majority of the left and the right were moderate and stacked in the middle. And so therefore the route to power.
We didn't know what was happening in the background. That was just what it seemed like to us, right?
Fucking no, but that broadly speaking, if you look at the polling, basically, you go back to the 1980s,
okay.
Right? America is basically bunched up in the middle, like a big camel's hump. And in that sort of big hump in the center, right, you have a left-leaning bit and a right-leaning bit. And then as time goes on, the humps begin to move further apart. Obviously, the left goes left first. And then in reaction to the left, the right starts moving to the right. And now you have that saddle shape where you've got two separate humps. So this appeal to the center is bullshit.
Us versus them. Most people, believe it or not, to this day, are not involved in the culture war at all. Most people are living their lives. They're aware of it. They don't like it to the degree that they know about it, which I think everybody knows about it. They don't care. They don't want it to be happening. And they're not invested, and they're not going to hear your side of the story first. And these people can be won over to support or reject either side. These people are going to show up and vote when it comes to an election. These people still matter. The watching audience still matters. And that's why I'm making this point. The left is exceedingly good. Dialectical operators are exceedingly good at manipulating the watching audience to win over public support. Remember, they don't have the truth on their side. So how do they accomplish what they're doing? It's not just raw power. Until they have raw power, they can't use raw power, but they still win people over. And the way they do that is through this sense of consensus against something bad, racism, sexism, homophobia, fascism, Nazism, whatever it is. And they're able to frame these things very effectively to win people over to their side. And if you decide that we can throw the rules...
Wait. Didn't Lindsay literally invent the whole groomer thing to do exactly that thing?
Oh my God. Yeah, remember when he was effective and people liked him?
Yeah. Like he literally invented the whole groomer thing.
Okay groomer, and he was really proud of himself for that.
Yeah.
And it worked and it was really effective. Remember that? That's a good point.
Yep. Lindsay used groomer. It was super effective.
out that we can accept a Carl Schmittian unbound executive, that we can let our executive branch run roughshod over the Constitution in order to, quote, get it done, or that we can somehow change the rules mid-game. Believe me, what you're going to do is you're going to see a reaction in the everyday normal population that strongly disfavors you and your side.
Oh my God. It's so pathetic because this is meta as fuck. So he is trying, he's telling the right, don't even try and do it. They're better at it. As James Lindsay is trying to warn you to not do something because people aren't going to like you. James, the left is good at demoralizing. That was James Lindsay's attempt at demoralizing. He's like, the normies they're going to be, they're going to be like, oh my God, that's not very good. That's all he's bringing to the table.
Right, but if the normies don't care about the culture war, then do they really care about the finer points of constitutional law? Surely all they care about is results at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
So they care about like what inflation is. They care about their pay packet, right? They care about how much like violence, how much crime there is.
Hold on. So what James Lindsay is saying as actually has to be true, because we all know that nobody buys products that involve slave labor, right? They don't just care about the end product.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, exactly.
They care about the middle process so fucking much, right?
It will cost you more than you gain to do this. So we have to do everything above board. It's not to say it can't be done, and not to say that we shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, in about 20 years, bro, right? Like, look, give it like 20 years, you know, it should be done. Like, maybe. You fucking kidding me? Like, what the fuck is this?
What is this based on? What precedent is he basing this on?
I don't know. This is the other thing about Lindsay that really fucking annoys me. He never references history, ever.
Well, this is what I'm saying. The reason why Orrin McIntyre, Carl Benjamin, anybody else, it's showing the face on screen and then showing source material of where they're getting this from or what they're reacting to. What is this company that he has? He's just by himself going Dear Diary into a microphone and it's unedited. I love it. I love it every time.
We should be applying the law vigorously. We should have targeted goals. We should be trying to attempt them. We should be articulating them to the public with our own purposes, especially before the fact.
Platitudes.
But if we don't play above board, then we're going to...
Yeah. And this is the thing, right? Like, none of the woke centrists ever reference history. Compare that to like Machiavelli, who wrote an entire book, Discourses on Livy, that was basically all just this bit from history demonstrates this principle about rulership. This other bit from history illustrates. They never talk about history at all. It's like they're just born.
They talk about people that talked in history. They talk about a obscure philosopher that said something. Like Scottish realism. That's their history, is what somebody else said.
Yeah, but nothing has happened since Thomas Reed was around in like the 1800s.
Right.
No.
Lose public support, and the consensus in a political environment matters a lot. They will use this against us. So everything has to be above board. Secondly, I don't know why. I don't understand why. It's not fair. I don't like it. I have some guesses about why it's true. But let's say that we just split the world, as so many foolish people do, into these two poles, left and right. I already just said that's not how it works, but a lot of people think that's how it works. They imagine that there's these two sides fighting left and right. I don't know why the deal is. I have some guesses. But the left can bend and break the rules and people forgive them. I think it's because they're saying that they want really good things, that they're fighting in the name of end.
Why can't the right do
They
that?
have the power. It's because they can get away with it. It's because they can not prosecute people. It's because they can let people out of jail. You fucking asshole. All this time, all this studying, so intellectual, knows so much about the left. He's like, scratching his head. Like, maybe you want to leave that part out. Maybe you want to
I'm not sure why it is. Do you think it's the massive dominance over like all these institutions?
Oh my fucking God, he's useless. This is controlled opposition right now.
But not like, why can't the right do exactly the same thing then, right? Why can't
because they will be like the bad guys.
Right, no, just be like, oh, the right wants all these good things, and get if that is how it works, then surely that would apply
like the left
to both sides.
But then you're being like the left. Then you know better than the left.
Oh, right.
That's what he says every time.
Of course.
Oppression, and they're fighting for liberation, and they just want everything to be more fair and more equal. They have all this great branding, and a lot of people are pretty low information in how they engage with what's going on, and so they hear that, and they say that they're literally against racism, they're against fascism, all these bad things. And they don't want to control anything, they just want to help people. Well, on the other side, with the radical right, as it usually gets called, they're much more blunt. They're much more, I don't know that honest is the right word, but in some ways...
Honest is the right word. It is absolutely the right word, right? We do not lie, generally speaking. Lying is not something that we as a group hold in high regard.
Notice how they had to keep going from trans to racism to class. The right, God, family, country, that doesn't change.
Yep.
So in order normal is the right. Normal is the right wing. That's what the center is.
Ardent Party just made an excellent point. This is the guy who broke the rules of publishing scholarly studies to get famous. I mean, that's true. He broke the rule. Like, why didn't he go by the rules? I mean, sounds a bit woke, right? To me, bro, that's an excellent point there, Ardent Party.
Oh, I'm gonna have to. Oh, I'm so fucking mad I'm blocked. That's a really good one.
I think I'll drop that in his timeline.
Why don't we, fellas, we need to start swarming, okay? Whoever's on X a lot, we need to start combining our messaging, okay? And start swarming threads and taking over threads. That looks fun.
Yeah. That sounds like fun. Yeah, why the fuck not?
Honest about what they're doing. No, we're going to exercise power. Well, now you're saying we should have the state exercising power against people that are claimed to be its enemies. It freaks.
Yes. Oh my.
It's like it's talking to a child.
Yes, the state should exercise power against people trying to destroy the country. That is one of the fundamental.
I know, but I can
state.
remember. I remember being liberal-minded, where I was afraid of power because what if they're wrong? Was the foundational belief of what if they make a mistake? What if they're wrong? You know, you'd rather have what is it like you wouldn't let one innocent person die, whatever that adage is.
Ah,
so I remember feeling this way. Not to this degree. Not like this. No one feels like this. But I remember feeling elements of this.
People out. Lots of them act in the name of racial motivations. It freaks people out. A lot of the stuff is ugly, and it freaks people out. So the right, if we're going to split it this way, does not get the benefit of the doubt that the left gets. Now, I don't care if you think this is fair. I don't care that you recognize that it's not fair. I don't care if you know that the left is a murderous, desecrating, destructive death cult. It doesn't matter. The reality is that public opinion is more inclined to side with a radical on the left than a radical on the right.
I'm not sure that's true. And again, not to belabor this point, but brother, what is the source for what you say? Because
I think you are, in fact, belaboring the point.
I'm not seeing any data or any polls being done on any of these questions.
Well, no, it's a definition game, because then what's considered the radical right is they're going to choose camps, World War II, and then what's radical on the left is giving people health care. That's how they always phrase it in these polls, you know?
Yeah.
Bad behavior on the left because it appears to have good intentions, than with radical behavior on the right, which appears to have either bad intentions or the open use of force, or to drag us, as the left will frame it, back somewhere to the bad old days. And this tilted playing field is a simple reality that I believe is a simple reality that's pervaded most of time, at least all of the modern era. So
yeah, I don't think that's true, James. I think you will find that there are certain periods where the population very, very much supported right-wing people that you would wish to, like, I don't know, banish into the sun or whatever weird idea you have. Like what does he want to do with all of us? Like,
he sounds really confident when he says throughout all of history, or at least the modern era. That's the level of plausible deniability we're dealing with right now. You get covered all of his bases. It happened all the time, or maybe just now. That's duplicitous. That is mooplicitous. That is exactly what I'm talking about. That's what it feels like.
The Spartans, you know, obviously. The fuck, dude.
For the last 200 years, this has just been a bias that we're up against. And the only way that you can navigate that situation is by staying on the books. You have to do everything by the book. You have to say, this is the law, this is how we're going to enforce it, and then go enforce it. You have to be able to appeal to that law when you enforce it. When the narrative comes out, you have to be in a position where you can say no.
Who makes the law, James?
Why do we have to do this?
Who makes the law? I mean, you literally live in a country that has, you know, significant parts of it where it is communists making the law. The law is being applied harshly, partially. It is being reinterpreted. Like,
no, but we can't do that.
Right.
They can do that, and we can't do that. Let's hear why.
no, actually, the law is this, and this is exactly what we did, and here's how it's consistent with the law. And if it's not a legal thing, it should be a policy thing. This is the policy. We've arranged the policy such that it's fair for everybody, and it applies to everybody, and there you go. Your people don't get to be above.
No. The law should apply to Americans, right? Not everybody, and not fucking communists. I'm just like, the law should apply to everybody.
But he's speaking at a 5th grade level. Everyone should be fair, and if it's going to be a policy, it should be a fair policy. It's like, these are all platitudes. There's no depth. There's no specificity. There's no allusions in history to what he's referring to. He sounds like a child talking about how when he plays with his blocks, and no one should mess with him when he's playing with his blocks. And it's like, sure, but what are you going to do when someone does? Well, they shouldn't. That's as far as he's gotten.
Yeah. And there's no policy proposals at all. Like, just none of it. Like, it's just all moral spunk waffling. Like, dude.
Of the law. You don't get to play a no enemies to the right game. People who violate the principles have to be policed, even just because of this nasty realpolitik of a bias where people think the left is less scary, despite communism, despite its murders, despite its starvation, despite its failures, despite all the wars and things it's caused, and despite all the things it's doing to our society and has done to our society. This bias exists. So that means you have to play the game on hard mode. And on hard,
I'm not sure that's true, actually, right? if the electorate, generally speaking, thought that the left was less scary than the right, then why the fuck did Trump win?
Well, you have to listen to this part. You have to play the game on hard mode, okay?
Right.
Ready? Are you ready?
Yep.
You play by the book. And third, most important, is that the thing we're trying to save is civilization against this communist barbarism. You cannot save civilization, no matter how beautiful your myth about how society is or should work. You cannot save civilization by breaking all the rules. Civilization is built upon channeling our energies through rules that are universally agreed upon.
He's speaking wine mom talk right now.
No. This is very mooish, right? This is classically mooish. This obsession with the law, right? Like, what's written down in the book. Jesus was very against this, by the way, because when he was around,
the classical Yid rules.
All of society worked like this, and there was no consideration of the outcome of a law. The law was just followed slavishly, and Jesus was against this.
So you have to stick to the book so that you can continue to make the case again and again, which, by the way, does eventually work. The evidence is in. It is working this time too. That the people who are breaking the rules in this case,
it'll eventually work.
20 years, it'll work eventually. Hey, you know what'll also eventually work? Communism. Isn't that fucking weird? It'll eventually work.
You just keep doing the same shit over and over. Eventually it'll work.
We don't have time for eventually, do we?
Yeah, for real. Real. And this is what you're trying to sell to the MAGA youth, right? Just wait 20 years, maybe you'll have a house. Maybe you won't get killed in a race riot. Maybe like what the fuck is this, dude? My God.
Yeah, dude, rhetorically, eventually is not the word you want to use during these trying times.
Yeah, for real.
Mostly the left are actually the ones who are the problem. It just takes a long time and a lot of dedicated effort and a lot of patience and a lot of banging your head against the wall to convince them. But if we are the people...
You can't convince Brett Weinstein that the woke right is a thing. He tried to convince his own friend, Brett Weinstein, that the woke right was a thing, and Brett Weinstein said he was fucking hallucinating. But yeah, dude, keep banging your head against the wall. I'm sure it's going to work, James.
God.
I'm sure
to preserve civilization, which is based on the principles and the rules and truth and goodness. We don't get to throw them away in order to get what we claim we're after. First of all, we won't get it. Power corrupts, and the people who claim power under a corrupted system are not going to give it back up.
I see. Which is presumably why Biden didn't give up power to Trump, right? Because after all, right, any power gained under a corrupt system will never be given up. I mean, that's what he said, right? So why is it that power passed from the Democrats to the Republicans? Curious, fascinating behavior. Creamer Slinger, he's back with $5 slinging some cream. He's feeding you a crap cake with different topics in every video and calling it new ideas.
I know. Okay, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, but he's oh my god. He's like a beautiful woman. She's an enigma that I need to figure out. I need to figure James out. I need to. It's so mystifying to me.
I can fix it, bro.
The way his breasts lay on top of his tummy, I just need to paint him.
Oh yeah, let's all have this crazy radical right reaction for 3 years, and then we'll give liberty back. That's not what's going to happen. The psychopaths that take power in that situation are not going to give it back to you at the.
How do you know? Right?
Dude, what the fuck does he think liberty? What do you mean give liberty back? What do you want to do that you can't do? And what can't you do that you want to do? What are you talking about? Give liberty back.
I love as well how, like, because they've got no experience in policy or political science or anything like that, they just think of power as like this amorphous thing that just exists like out there, right? Like when they think of power,
it's
they
a
probably
variable
like,
in an equation. A equals power.
yeah, they just, I imagine they like think of it as like a cross between like Mao and some like Roman emperor, right? Power, but power is nothing with, like, power has to be expressed. Power is not sort of potential in of itself. It is the power to do or not to do something, right? It's like if you've got an arm just hanging by your side, it's nothing. An arm does stuff. Power is an active thing. Like
power is also the speed at which you can do something. Now, when they have less power or they hope to gain power, they have to be subversive. When you have power, you do not have to be nearly as subversive. You can make things happen very quickly.
Yes. And you can be a lot more honest.
Right.
As well. Well, I mean, unless you are trying to hide the fact that you have power. I think this is one of the reasons why so many people in the West are going insane at the moment, because it has been so long since anyone in the West openly wielded power. It's all behind like a million proxies, and like, all this influence and stuff. No one knows who's really wielding the power. And this is, this is an advantage of monarchy. At least like people know who the fuck has got the biggest stick.
End of 3 years. They're just not going to do it. So that's one thing. But secondly, not only have you lost the thing, you've lost yourself along the way. You were fighting for the principles and you were fighting for the rules and the rule of law and all of these things. And those things are now out the window. And then just back to the main point of this short podcast.
Why are you fighting for the rules if the rules do not produce a good outcome? The rules are supposed to give you a good outcome. That's why they exist. It's not the rules in themselves that is holy. My God, this is so mooish.
So,
right? Like
right.
This is mooish to the core. The
democracy
idea
for the sake of democracy.
Itself,
liberty for the sake of liberty. It's rules for the sake of rules. It's the concept for the sake of the concept. There's nothing deeper than that.
It's like, oh, the law. What does the law do? What outcomes does the law provide?
Yeah, that's what I was saying with right-wing thought when talking to you more. Now I have more of a process of what is the function of this? How does this benefit me? To him, it's just the rules.
Yeah, exactly. But also don't alter those rules in any way, right? Like just sit there and let the left alter all the fucking rules, and then you will abide by the rules that they have set. It's like fucking retarded.
Also, liberty is good. Also, liberty good.
Once you decide to break the rules in the name of restoring the rules, what put you in? Nobody.
He's getting caught in a loop. He just got talk about banging your head off the wall, dude. That's what fucking listening to you is. Oh my God.
This by the way is literally Schmitt. This is literally what Schmitt is talking about. This is the idea of the exception, that sometimes you have to break the rules in order to restore the rules. This is how this shit like works.
This is what I'm saying about like when I was a kid and the thought of being a hypocrite, and then I realized the world was complicated. This is why I'm saying he's emotionally underdeveloped. In his mind, you can't be a hypocrite. And it's like, that was socialized out of me when I was growing and encountering difficult situations in life. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's not that easy where you just say that you won't do something, because then you might have to do it for a different reason. I learned that, I think, when I was 16.
Man, Hurt Chain in the chat. I got to go. I ran into a black bear IRL. If that's true, Hurt Chain, I hope you're all right, mate.
I fucking later, dude.
Just throw it a leftist, mate. Right? Like, you know,
don't type. Run,
type. Run.
Get off your phone, please.
Oh my god.
He's going to believe you. You're like, well, we're going to break the rules for a little while. Yeah, right. Nobody's going to believe you. Everybody understands implicitly that if you have an incentive structure that allows you to break the rules so that you can restore the rules, that when you get power to restore the rules, your incentives to restore the rules are not there because the rules.
Look at the left. Look at Democrat cities. They understood that and they stopped voting for Democrats for fucking 70 years now, right? That's obviously how it works.
Fucking hell, this is so retarded. Again, like, oh my god, just do undergrad political science. Fuck it. Oh, dude, you're torturing me here.
There you go. Let off some steam.
Would limit the power that you took. So we have to do everything above the board, partly because the left is better at the propaganda PR game than people who tell the truth, partly because we will lose ourselves and lose what we are defending, and partly because literally nobody's going to believe us if we violate our own core principles, and we shouldn't be believed because there's no reason to believe it.
We are not violating our core principles, James. The right has principles. They're just not principles you like. I think, by the way, it was this comment that actually got me blocked by Classical Liberal. Because he's like, the right, they're so unprincipled. I'm like, no, they're not. They've got principles. They're just principles you don't like. You know?
The principle is based on observable reality and just how they view human beings have acted.
Yeah.
For centuries.
People who are willing to violate their principles, to lie, to cheat, to steal, to hurt people, whatever, to get power, will not behave better after they get the power they're after. They will behave worse because all their incentives point the other way. So we have the harder job because we are defending civilization against barbarism. We are men fighting against beasts and demons and whatever.
You know who else thought that he was defending civilization from barbarism? Mustache Man. James, you want to be a bit careful, when you're saying this stuff, man. This idea that you're defending civilization from barbarism, it sounds a bit fashion.
But James, you need to be moral and consistent to say that. If you're not moral and you're inconsistent when you say that, you force us to make a fucking 3.5 hour fucking live stream on you. It's getting pretty fucking exhausting, dude. Please get help. I can't. I'm exhausted right now. Please, James, get some help.
But if he did, what would we do for a live stream, right? I mean, it's kind of like
plenty of other things. Plenty of other things. I know, but I can't let it go. I can't. I can't let it go because we're good at it, unfortunately.
Because... but also he is like the crystallization of the central libs, the lib centrals, right? Like he is all of their thoughts and hopes and dreams and principles sort of compressed into one man. He is like the avatar of the
what not to do. Interest. He's the avatar of what not to do. So he's the skeleton key to all important topics in society because you just go, let me just see what James is saying today. Excellent. The opposite of that. And it's an easy conversation to start having.
FC for $2. Thanks very much, FC. I think you're new. He is a math guy. Rules are a given to him. Yeah.
That's very true. We've drawn
somebody else was saying that to me. Actually, it might have been Ben saying that, because he's a mathsberg, he thinks everything is like equal and opposite, and has to add up like some kind of an equation. But politics is not math. Like politics is writ on the hearts of the people, and the hearts of the people are changeable and fickle and move quickly and are susceptible to rhetoric and doesn't always make sense. This is why the hard science guys, they always like rag on the political scientists. They're like, yeah, political science, it's a soft science. Yeah, well, without it, you wouldn't have any funding, motherfucker, or a society to do any of your experiments. So actually, political science is the most Chadley of disciplines. I say that
you're making me realize that. Obviously. No, but I am starting to realize that because the more I listen to you, you do break it down in a very digestible way where, well, I know it's technically a soft science, but it's the study of things how they are, which is a hard science.
Yeah.
So
it is.
I would say it's the hardest soft science.
Yes.
I would say.
Yes, yeah, I would agree. I would agree.
Else, whether that's real or metaphorical, doesn't matter. We're the ones who have to.
Wait. We got a $10 Australian super chat from Dawn Browning. Could just see
and
it.
that
Dawn,
is
how
a
you
super
doing?
sticker
Super
which
sticker.
you are supposed to describe what the super sticker is doing. And it looks like a green bitch with pink hair with pom-poms who's got some big old legs I'd like to wrap around my fucking face doing a split in the air. Thank you for that.
Yeah, Dawn Browning's from like my chat in the
sick.
four times. Yeah, it's good to see you, Dawn. Hope you're well.
Yeah, dude.
Hold ourselves to a higher standard. I hear this all the time. James, why do we have to play by the rules when we need to win? And the answer that comes to mind every time for me is because we're not animals, we're not beasts, we're not demons, we're men, for God's sake. We have to hold ourselves to the standards of civilization. And yeah, I get that means that we fight with one arm tied behind our back a lot of the time, but we have to do that, and we have to do it well. And that means
we must hold to the rules of civilization while civilization.
The rules.
Is
Hey, who made the rules to civilization? I'm just curious. Where do these rules come from? Did they just? Is it? Wait, it's a global civilization he's talking about, right? He's not talking about the West. He's just talking about civilization in general, right?
Yeah. Who wrote the rules for civilization? The political software. Because I would argue that it's people like Aristotle and Machiavelli and Plato and and James references none of this shit, right? Like he just
No, wasn't it also Derek Atumawabe? Wasn't that one of them?
that's right. That's right. The great Scottish realist.
I love that one, dude.
You know what I mean?
I hope I'm wrong. I will gladly give Arden Party $10 if you can talk to lay down that fucking devastating line that you'll never get to lay down.
Means, what are the practical solutions? Well, the practical solutions are that we take the law that we have, we make the case for the law that we have, and we apply the law firmly but also fairly. We don't make excuses for people on our side, not just under the law. When it gets to the culture argument and the debates that we're having,
hold on,
we don't make excuses for radical.
Not excuses. It's a net positive or a net negative. So you don't call them out on ticky-tacky things like going into a group chat and saying I love Hitler. You go net positive and go, oh, let's make sure whatever. Yeah, but they got caught. Doesn't that look bad? It's a net positive to let them continue doing the work that they're doing. No. But we need to glue ourselves to this principle. It's like, well, no. We're trying to win, and so it's not excuses. It's permitting or omitting certain behavior as like that's not important. Now, if the left did it, oh, fucking kill them for it. Yes, absolutely. This is very simple to understand.
You can just imagine, like the Mongols are like coming over the horizon, right? And James is there. And
love that.
Is it within the law to like defend, our town? Everyone around is being like, fuck the law, grab a weapon. We're like, we gotta go. He's like, I don't know, maybe we should hold like a council meeting beforehand and like decide like, oh my God.
It feels like communism where they had to vote and everything.
Yep. Uncle War Crimes for $2.
Thank you, mate.
We have to. No, I won't say why. We just have to. Okay.
Exactly. How is it not that? We're listening. Exactly. We've listened to him a lot. And it essentially has amounted to that.
We can't afford it. It will cost us everything in a practical sense, and it's not who we are or even what we're defending in a more principled sense. So we have to do everything by the book, above the board, with our eyes on truth and goodness and principle and justice, and we cannot compromise on any of it.
What principles?
Those are all words. Those are just noises he made with his fat fucking face. That's all those were. We need to be good. We shouldn't be bad. We need to be polite. We should look presentable. We should okay. So a child thinks of things. Dude, we need to start ending this. My dick is going to fucking explode from piss, okay?
We got 45 seconds left.
All right.
So thank you for listening. I hope
Yep, that's
perfect.
it. That's
terrific.
It.
Holy shit.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming, everybody. We'll be back next Friday night. Thank you very much to everyone who gave the super chats. I really, really appreciate that. Uncle War Crimes, Dawn Browning, FC, Creamer Slinger, Jacob Cantrell, Name the Dynamic, mate, doing double duty. Ardent Party, Nick Nilsson, Name the dynamics. Been absolutely John Q Public. Wait, is that Dongus Cock? I think that's Dongus Cock. Hang on, I really should expand this window like a little bit so I can see everybody's like Doom Jacoom, Christos, Quizats Chatterak, Theodicy Ninja, Big Chris, the Agile Walrus, Jacob Cantrell, Kalev Knight, Total Blackout Painting, Slosher, The Blight Haga, Aramaic Discourse, Hurt Chain, anybody else that we missed? That's everybody. Thank you so much for coming.
Now hold on, fellas. Now, how much are the moos paying people per post?
7,000 shekels, I believe.
Fellas, tomorrow I'm gonna hit 7,000 subs. So can we just get some 7Ks in chat, please, as a preemptive celebration?
Nice.
Yeah, my life is different than it was a few months ago because of the fellas. Very much appreciate it. As I always say, gratitude is not stated, it is expressed. We are going to find more and more ways to allow you guys to have a bunch of fun. Dude, we're working on some stream stuff in the background, but this is going good as it is right now. This has gone better than I ever thought this would go in such a short amount of time. So, I got the best fellas, man. You guys rule. It's a great community. I've said to Fist where I was like, I didn't want to be like the Insane Clown Posse and have like juggalos as fans. I was like, oh man, like if I get people liking it, I don't want to like it be like just a bunch of edgelords the whole time and nobody can actually. I'd be way smarter than me, but I like that. It's fucking. You guys are awesome. You guys are equally offensive and intelligent. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, no, we have the best fellas. Like it's a great. Well, because you know you've got to have a certain amount of mental fortitude to keep up with this kind of like stuff. You know, we really appreciate you all, guys. Like, thank you so much. And big ups to Name the Dynamic for like all of those super chats,
dude.
you, man. I'm gonna have a couple of beers on you. I appreciate that very much. We out of here?
Yeah, I got Steven Crowder round 2 video coming out tomorrow or Sunday.
And of course your imminent bladder explosion.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna piss my pants.
All right. See you later, everyone. Good night.
The numbers were filthy on that one.
How filthy are we talking?